Lightning. Alright. So this could possibly be the last stream of Pyre. I don't entirely know. I think we're very close to the end of the game, so I'm going to kind of see if I can push for it. Alright. And I have no idea if there's any possible way to get rid of all the stuttering and lag spikes or whatever in this game. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like something they've just never bothered to fix. Because it's something that has been an issue since its release. And I'm just glad I got the slightly lesser problematic version of it just stuttering and not it stuttering and then crashing the game. Or maybe that's how it was primarily at release and still just stutters. Don't know. I don't know why this game has that issue, but there doesn't really seem to be a way to fix it that I could find. So we're just gonna deal with it and pray it's not horrendous. I must have just stopped immediately and not finished this, which I didn't think was what happened, but I guess it was. What's up, Bertrude? What's going on, girl? Oh, wait. Am I doing this again? I am doing this again. What? Why didn't it save? She's doing her little incantation for Sir Gilman. Okay. We have the book. On history. How's that? Alright. Okay. Anyway. I don't want to go against the accusers again, man. He's still gonna have his bullshit 2 big bruisers. I don't even remember who I selected to go to, but we're gonna go wherever that is. The Hulk of Wars again. At dawn, your companions are prepared to depart. Everyone is silent. Your travels are to take you back to the Hulk of Ors for like the 5th time. But soon after, the stars shall draw you here again. Do we know that? I mean, I guess I do, because I somehow know how many rights until the next liberation rite. The hell? Was that a drive imp? Did I just murder an imp? Oh my god, game. I really wish it didn't have this stutter problem. I don't understand why. Yo, what's up, guys? Are you gonna run into me? Hey, dude. You ran into me, okay? I'm just parked here in the sky. You sideswiped me. The fuck? Have you not done enough yet, Nightwing's father was just now attempting to rest, but still you torment him. You may think you have some honor in you, but I can see plain what you really are. Leave us alone, damn you. Was that retaliatory? What, fuck you. Again, you ran into me, piece of shit. Alright. Bertrude observes that this current to the Hulk of Ors is teeming with fish. The lone minstrel observes the waters on this route seems to be shining with stardust. Ooh. I can just get free stardust? Yeah, if I can just get stardust? Hell yeah. Sift for... I was gonna say, this isn't even... I mean, I'm gonna have to look anyway, but... Look at our small-ass team right now. I really hope you guys are gonna get to level 5 within the next couple. Yeah, Pamitha, if I can get you, you're going home. I'm really hoping. Really hoping. Or should I just do Tizo? Because... he's like, actually... It's gotta be just level 4. It's gotta. Like, she just needs to get level 4 and she'll be able to go. Was Tizo at level 4 before, though? I don't know. And I'm gonna be very upset if I have to send Hedwyn. Anyway. Oh, I have something for upgrade already. Oops. Alright, so that's that. I can sell that. That's already maxed. That can't be upgraded. Yeah. So... what's her things? Can use her dash ability in rapid succession or for less stamina. While flying, Pamela moves faster than usual. For 5 seconds after banishing an adversary, Pamela moves 30% faster than usual. Honestly, Aura Blast might be really helpful. Let's go with, like, you know, let's I want to use this thing. Let's use it. How do I use it? How do I do it? Drag to us. Oh, okay. Oh. Alright. But in terms of upgrading... It's like, I wish I could have gone into this and looked at this before I had to make this decision. So right now, it's only you of the things wearable. Again, like, I don't anticipate him... Okay, we're just gonna keep upgrading his thing, I think. That's what we're gonna keep doing. Alright. Your time in the immeasurable depths of Ragged Rock passes mostly without incident when the lone minstrel approaches you, pointing out to sea. Reader, notice how the surface of the water seems to sparkle like the stars. It is from stardust. We may be able to collect it. The two of you begin sifting the waters. It is a slow process, but eventually you wind up with a significant amount of the precious material. Holy fuck. That's a... It is a value of 11, and it raises 10 levels? What? Berries. What the hell? That's ridiculous. Alright. There we go. Now we got 6 left. Jesus. Okay, so I got 6 that I can spend on something. I don't know what yet. But alright. Cool. Continue. Ah, yes, you again. No one in the wagon. Hey guys, you know, it seems so awful quiet now. I gotta say, without that slippery little character, what used to hang around with you, I mean. Talks like this a lot, know what I mean? Probably found that honor thing he's always going on about. We don't got that in stock just now. Alright, well I don't need more of these. Pretty sure on that. I'll probably buy these for like the end. I don't need to upgrade anymore. Like, I've got 6 and I don't anticipate. Proceed. I can sell his thing. Yeah. That is very tempting. Like, to actually start flinging in this game by just flinging the orb to kill people. Like dodgeball. But I can't imagine I'm going to be good at it, so... Alright. See you guys again sometime soon, okay? Maybe okay, because I gotta say, you are my favorite customers I had all week. Why was that a question? I guess because he's saying see you guys again soon, maybe? Anyway. The afternoon is just beginning to give way to nightfall as you and your companions finish making preparations for the rite. Through all the ceremony, you realize Pamitha is nowhere to be found. The last anybody saw of her was shortly after the Black Wagon came to rest here at the Hulk of Ors. Let me guess, she's not going to let me use her for the rite, which means she's not going to get more to level 4. There she is. She returns just as you were beginning to plan a search for her. Sorry to have worried you there, Rita, darling. Just getting a little antsy is all. I had to go and spread my wings a bit, shake away the nerves. She is holding something back. Don't you get in my head. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth, damn it. Wait, now they know that I can randomly read minds? Damn you, Rita. Get out, get out, get out. Anyhow, it looks as if the show's about to start. I shall be in the field with the others. As Pamitha departs, you see she is right, as the stars above begin to shine. You know she's about to face her sister Tamitha once again. You accept that it is a very private matter between them. How does she know? Okay, this sky is very red now. Uber red. Alright, Pamitha, I'm putting you in. Because you're my next exile, ideally. To go home. Because maybe you'll help relations between the High Wing remnants. Best I got. I mean, again, Volfrid and...
It seems the stars once more have mustered wherewithal to
Bertrand
the right.
could have reason, but
The sky
they want to
grows
stay.
dimmer by the day. An age is ending. Surely you must know by now that you shall never all be free.
Yup.
Yet still you struggle to fulfill some senseless plan.
Dude, we're like 70% now. Eat shit.
Of course. Some of us still honor the tradition.
God, and I hate that I keep coming back to this map, because this one sucks. Shut up, Brighton. The winged exiles of the Essence take position opposite your own companions, and their leader soon asserts herself. Pamitha! Come forth, no trickery this time. She appears as asked, though remains silent as her blood sister studies her for a time. Tamitha then reaches for her mask. You look weary to me, sister. Oh? Too little sleep, I guess. I do get rather anxious sometimes, on the night before one of these things. It can be a lot of pressure. Understandable. The two of them say nothing for a time. You cannot discern what they are thinking. The High Wing remnants all seem to be very mentally acute, trained as they are from birth. Soon enough, Pamitha cuts through the tension, her tone light as ever. So, given further thought to my proposal then? I have. And I think that now is not the time for talk. Besides, your comrades there, surely you give them pause. Even now, they must be questioning your loyalty. What? But I... Oh, cut it with the stammering, Pamitha. It is very unbecoming, you know that. And you be sure to tell those comrades of yours what you propose to me. She dons her mask once more. As she joins the other exiles of the Essence, Pamitha hesitates before returning to your group. I told her she could take my place. That I would keep her up to date about our progress, and that she could take my place if it was ever time for me to go. But you don't have to worry. For one thing, she refused, and for another, well, I'd better tell you later. For now, remember you can count on me. Yeah, you better not switch with her. Ash and Cole.
Who shall besmirch the Nightwing's name?
Dude, what the fuck? Alright, hold on. What do they got? That's a lot of birds. 11 presence, 26 hope, 12 quickness. They're coming back quick. 5.3 seconds. Faster than usual. Faster than usual. Oh, she's split. Tamitha's banished while Winged Fury's effect is active. So after she banishes somebody, she returns quite as quickly. I mean, I don't typically banish someone after they've banished one of mine. It usually doesn't happen that way, except by accident. Permanently gains +4 to quickness and all that. That sucks, but it's what I already know. And then same for you, but also it's faster and faster. Okay, so she comes back quick. They don't necessarily come back that quick. Pamitha. Oh, my diameter is tiny. I got a tiny D. But theirs is also not big. Okay, so it's only a little bit different. Okay. So, Pamitha. We'll just keep it as is. Pamitha. Alright. Yeah. Bertrude. Volfred. This blood feud concerns us all, not only Pamitha. We Nightwings have a simple rule. We stand together. Face us! Is that Wastrels? Wastrels? I have no idea. The Commonwealth. The pain and loss of your defeat this night shall reverberate not only in your hollow hearts, but in the homeland that abandoned you. Are you quite sure it has to be this way then, sister? There is no compromise here, Pamitha. Not for traitors to my country or my blood. I understand. Then so be it. Can't see a thing.
Now begin.
God, game, I wish I could fucking tell what's happening. And look, I died. There we go.
Pyre is the first to falter.
Why am I starting with Volfred?
By now, Bertie.
Whoa. Oh, eat shit.
No, you don't.
What just happened?
Shame.
I jumped and I missed somehow. Douse without passing the orb. You seem distracted, Pamitha. Is there something more you wish to say to me? Words you feel that I am owed, perhaps? Pamitha stops at this and reaches for her mask. I'm sorry for what I did to you, sister. For what you did to me? Your apology rings as hollow as your plumage. You might rehearse it further upon every last survivor of the High-Wing remnants. Now, no more talk. You're the one who talked.
Such hatred spewing constantly from Tamitha, yet here in exile.
Beauteous.
Beauteous! Finish your last statement. Why are you facing that way? Stop.
Tis what the scribes
I don't know how you didn't get hit. I'm calling bullshit. Man, you guys cannot stop Pamitha to save your life. Alright, what is my Pyre at? 90. Whoa. Man, again, wish I could tell what's happening. Holy oh, I'm alive. I didn't jump over shit. Fuck you.
A deftly thwarted drive.
What?
There it is.
Fuck you.
The orb engulfed.
She is just my only scorer right now. God, I hate the freaking gaps. They're so garbage. That worked. Oof.
Tis taken.
Wait, what? I'm stuck on nothing. I don't understand why that's the gap I can't cross.
There goes Tamatha. Ooh.
I don't understand. Can I get to that? Is that possible? I wish Volfred had a chance in hell of ever getting the ball and scoring with it, but... Oof! Fucker. Holy shit, their ability to lead is insane. Oh my, I love that if it's stuck just long enough for the enemy to be able to do something to kill me or score every goddamn time. I'm like, oh, it's like half a second? Fine. Nope, that was exactly enough time for the enemy to kill me.
What happened there?
What is happening? Please, dude, come the fuck on. Who has the ball? No one has the ball. Oh, that's not fair. Oh my god. I call bullshit! Jesus. This fucking game. Literally can't score without Pamitha. Fuck you.
There goes Tabitha.
Fucking... Oh my god, game.
Simply abhorrent.
Man, it would be really cool if the game could fucking function. Because when I hit switch character, it would, I don't know, do that thing.
Resplendent.
Like, my god. This game runs so terribly for no reason. How the fuck did I miss? How?
Oh, boo.
Fuck you. Let me fucking win. God damn it.
The orb quenches the flame.
No idea. Nothing happened. Game. What the fuck? I'm way the fuck over there? This fucking video game. It's like it was the fucking B team that created it. Holy shit.
And it is
Walk into it. Because you can't jump over it because the hitbox makes no fucking sense. It expects you to nail it pixel perfect. Oh my god. I'm done with this game, dude. I cannot wait to finish it, honestly. Like, I love the characters and everything else, but Jesus. This game runs like absolute ass. And then, like, it's impossible to play. You win, Blood Sister, you win. I don't suppose that means you'll reconsider. You know that I cannot. You are always obstinate, but in that regard and all others which count for anything, you are inferior to me. Remember that. What you offered is meaningless to me. I shall free myself without your help, or that of anyone. Except, you know, the other people in my triumvirate. They kind of have to help. Anyway, now then, farewell. Wait, what of your comrades the essence? You must need them at least. Thank you, Pamitha. Mincing my words as ever, Pamitha. Know that I do love you, in a way. Is that what you wish to hear? But my purpose is plain, and you stand in its way. You are a fool to think my freedom is my goal. My freedom is a means toward an end, the likes of which you never would abide. Do you think that you could sway me from my purpose, Pamitha? Pamitha remains silent for a time. No. I think that you will struggle to destroy the Commonwealth, no matter what it takes. No matter if, in doing so, you are destroyed instead. Just so. So then, you understand me after all. Pamitha does not turn to watch her blood sister depart. Oh.
The rites do tend to teach something of trust.
Hey, there's level 4.
like Pamitha can learn something.
Shut up! Good. The time is any to say thanks for having me along on this strange little journey of yours, reader darling. Alright. Alright, what do we want? Permanent? The quickness, presence, and hope sounds good. Eh. Hmm. Presence, quickness, and hope. 13 presence. I mean, if she keeps this, she probably does. So 13 presence, 16 quickness, and 24 hope are pretty decent. But the ability to come back quickly, just have the stat boost. 'Cause otherwise, just flying faster in general. All right. Oh, there we go. So what? Petty. Is it possible our plan, what are we at? 72. Shall not succeed, despite our fiercest efforts here and in the Commonwealth. But I know for certain that our efforts shall not be in vain. We learn and strive together. We prevail or we fail together. On this path we share. It has been and shall continue to be my greatest honor. Okay, cool, thanks. Researchers are slowed and cannot use abilities. Maybe? Yeah, I don't need the revive. I'm just restarting at that point anyway, so yeah.
Praise be to Liu's Glorian.
Liu, oh, come on. Really? Give me a break. Okay.
You may go now at your earliest convenience.
What a bitch. The Glade of Liu. Alright. We got through it. Took forever. Way longer than it should have, but we got through it. Ah! Ah! Everyone's here. Except for Tizo and Hedwyn. Inside the wagon, after besting the essence, Bertrude is discussing aspects of the outcome with the others when the lone minstrel seeks you out. Okay, bye. Pardon the interruption, reader, though I need to ask a moment of your time, while the night is clear enough for you to see. Please, come have a look outside. Perhaps the news of your next destination may further stir the hearts of your companions. We going back? What else is it? Among what stars yet remain shining in the night, one of them now burns as bright as ever you have seen. And back we go. Jesus. Yo, the fate overtook the accusers? Let's go, boys. Less I have to fight the accusers, the better. Fuck yeah. Yo, and we're at 74%. Hell yeah. I love it. It still has a question mark. Whatever. Okay. I mean, I gotta beat them anyway, but all right. I'd rather go against them. If I'm being honest. Maybe they know the accusers are bullshit at this point, and they say, we're not going to make you fight them. Whoever is closest will just overtake them. The cycle turns even more quickly now, until such time as it shall shudder to a halt. He makes a sound, then almost like a... almost like a laugh. I forget myself, reader. I should not say such things. The scribes, they would say that one ought focus on the path in front of him. When we set forth to walk along a labored path, it can be all too much if we stand back and look upon it as a whole. We may well decide to turn around. But if we begin to walk whilst casting down our gaze and whilst resisting, well, the urge to look too far ahead, we may make steady, careful progress. Soon enough, we may arrive where we endeavored, but you might also run to a dead end. Look where you're going. The lone minstrel bids you a good evening. You had best retire for the night, for when first daylight comes, it shall be time again to take to the skies. Pametha berries. Despite Pametha's mental conditioning, you can tell something is troubling her. She won't listen to a word I say. Not a damn word. If she weren't my blood sister, I should think I'd hate her guts as much as she hates mine. She shakes her head. I should apologize to you and everyone. I sought out Tamitha without asking your leave. Figured I would rather seek forgiveness than permission, you understand. My attempts with Tamitha didn't amount to much, as you well saw. So at this point, I'm hopeful you'll be accepting of apologies, more accepting of apologies than she. Though, tell me something, Rita darling. Do you suppose I'm going to betray you? You may know better than I do at this point. I believe you care about your sister, but you're not going to turn your back on us. You expressed, because if you were going to be liberated, she can't take your place, though, by the way. You trying to get her killed? But it's just like, if the opportunity presents itself for her. That's really it. You expressed to Tamitha that you do not view her efforts to make peace with Tamitha as being contradictory to the group's larger goals. You understand why she did what she did. She says nothing for a while. That's kind of you to say, darling. May the others see it with such generosity. But if they don't, you need but tell me to depart, and I'll be on my way. However, I have a promise that I wish to make to you. You let me stay, and I'll see this through. With all of you, no matter where we all end up. I'll be on the roof for a bit, I think. You take care too, darling. Despite Tamitha's disappointment with the outcome of her confrontation with her blood sister, you sense she is less troubled now, after your brief conversation. Like, you want me to stay... You want to stay here, or with us? Like, with the Nightwings, or, like, in the downside? Because I was going to get rid of you next, because Tizo... I mean, they all want to go. I don't know. Maybe I could do Tizo. Because Tizo has some desire to go up. If he's even able to. We'll find out, I guess. Because it's definitely not going to be these three. That's for damn sure. Like, your feelings be damned. Sorry. I'm never going to get your backstory on what happened. But okay, I don't think I ever said this, actually, when it came up. So what it feels like... What happened was... Tamitha was going to do something that would put herself in danger to fight the Commonwealth. And it was maybe, like, extra risky or something like that. But Tamitha, like, stopped her, or she did something that basically stopped her from doing it. Probably got Tamitha exiled, but also, because she'd messed with it, got Tamitha exiled as well. It's my guess as to what happened. She was trying to protect Tamitha, and got them both sent down here, essentially. That's my guess. I'm leaving. Alright, continue! I figure if I can get through this right, and assuming it's not any more rights for, like, the next Liberation Rite, it's probably the end. If it's not, then we're just gonna have to do another stream anyway. But if it is, then if I can get just, like, 2 more rights remaining... Hi. I'm glad the game loaded in. Is that Oralek? That's Oralek. Glad the game loaded in for this shit. Your wagon reels from the impact of some sort of massive object slamming into it mid-flight. Is that what that feels like? False Nightwings. Oralek calls down to all of you from atop his wagon. Again you seek to climb that cursed mountain beneath us. Again you seek to take my rightful place. I should send you crashing down to it, and that you might fall as I have. He stares down at all of you. But I shall not. Rather, we shall meet upon the summit, ere the last cycle of the rites is ended. Until then. Okay, bye. What a nice guy. Second of 2 paths leading to the mountain summit. So you sense Tizo shall gain favor. Bertrude shall gain favor. So Tamitha has to be the one, unless it's Tizo. But Bertrude would definitely be there. So I'm going to go with Bertrude. You make landing on the sacred mountain of Aladiel after your encounter with Orlek. Orlek spoke the truth. He has a right to gain the summit. When the time comes, Celeste shall deem him worthy, and shall let him pass. How? He's not an official triumvirate, if we're there. And even if he was worthy before, the rest of his companions wouldn't be? I don't know. While he has transgressed against the rites, he has also already been anointed and prevailed. Nothing is written in the book on this, and liberty ought already be his. For the time, it seems that he has not yet traveled to the summit. Perhaps he is still making preparations with his fellow exiles. When exactly Orlek intends to make good on his promise, he did not make clear. The end. He's going to be there for the last rite. He kind of said it, and it's obviously what's going to be the case. For now, you are to confront Dalbert and the Fate upon the summit. But first, you may prepare. Am I going to get the opportunity to teach somebody? The Sap Scribe's Favor. Seek it. Later that afternoon, you accompany Bertrude through the great heights of Temple High Road to the monument of Louis Glorian. We do not fear ye, ancient gods, ye who cannot even keep the stars illuminated in the dark. We do not fear what is to come. We do not fear for our companions. We do not fear our adversaries. We do not fear the Commonwealth or fear for it. And we do not fear for us. Okay. Thanks for making that known. You return to the wagon after she has finished paying her respects. The summit awaits, but first there's time to continue practicing your vocations. Hell yeah. And she gets more presents. Nice. Vocations. Alright. So, she's gonna max out on this one. Pamitha... This really actually doesn't matter. Probably should not have done vocations, because no one's gonna be close enough to matter. Yeah, because Pamitha is going to be gone. She's going to max out. The other two are already maxed out. And he's not going to probably even get used anymore. But yeah, sure. Let's mentor Tizo. Why not? I mean, the other option is I get Bertrude to get her 4th ability. Which would be this, probably. 5 extra attack. But... oh my god, game. Let's just mentor Tizo. Tizo would be pleased to go over the finer points of the rites with you. You and Tizo spend some time reviewing some of the specific aspects of the rites, such as the properties of the aura. You sense he gained something from it. You know. Tizo's mulling over over your latest teaching with keen interest. Okay. Who's in there? Bertrude. You approach Bertrude just as she is finished polishing the various bottles, flasks, and vials that your fellow exiles have collected during your travels to the downside. Thanks. I know you were cleaning in here. The evidence of thy travails. Is she just saying travels weird? How brazenly ye put them on display. Ye tempt these lands to swallow ye. She lets out a long breath. That she does. Nonetheless, these trinkets stir our memories, not merely of these lands, but of the country whence we came. Know, reading one, that we are here because of Sandalwood. We met him long ago within the southern bogs. He offered many courtesies, and in exchange we found agreeable. Also, we have the hots for him. We sought then certain reagents necessary to our studies of the heavens and the earth. And he knew where to procure them. In exchange, we were to boil for him our finest inks, a certain recipe, notorious yet secret. Its stain could never be removed. Oh, but the Commonwealth misliked it. 'Twas then we first began collecting samples of the regions of the downside, for Sandalwood was ever true to his word. Long had we studied this accursed place, Black Basin, the chaos of the deathless tempest, the richness of the bogs of flagging hands. Lands so far away, and yet they called to us. If Molten Millith was able to traverse the downside in its entirety an age ago, then surely 'twas not beyond reckoning that we could do the same. Furthermore... But she hesitates. It matters not, reading one. Thou hast indulged our tales long enough for now. She slithers away without further explanation. She seems reluctant to discuss the circumstances of her past with Volfred. You sense that she is here by choice. Yup. Bertrude. Alright. Let us continue on. I feel like this is one of the first triumvirates we faced off against. Oops. Was the fate. Oh, hey. Deep in the old masonry of Mount Aladiel, you find a messenger imp looking to bring you the latest news and rumors from the other side. Oh, yes. This time around, the imp brings tidings of Sir Gilman and what happened to him since his liberation at the fall of Solium, when at last his self-imposed exile came to an end. You learn that his return to the Commonwealth was met with much rejoicing. And there was much rejoicing. Yay. And that before long he was promoted to the rank of Veiled Captain on the Blood Border. And yet, with tears welling in his eye, he did refuse the post, stating he no longer had the heart to fight against the Highwing remnants as he once did. He then cast down his helmet. Weird. What does he look like without that? Bald? Even with his little tuft thingy? And when next anyone saw him, he was among Volfred's agents, having joined the revolution to reshape the Commonwealth from within. You thank the messenger imp for the report and salute it crisply, as surely Gilman would have. Soon the news has everyone in the wagon talking. One of the Sea Dominion's own, laying down his arms by his own choice. I'm honestly surprised, even having known him. Noble Gilman made the gallant choice, it seems. Our plan comes closer to fruition through his good example and support. The tears he shed ought to have been bottled, thus set aside for use in various salves. Tizo feels inspired by the news of Gilman's selfless actions. I hope he's feeling more comfortable in his own skin these days. Glad his did the right thing. Anyway. The news of Gilman's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. More hope! You get hope, and you get hope, and you get hope. You returned once more to Scribe's Gate, where the Gate Guardian awaits under a dim light. The exiles of the Nightwings, and you, Tarek. This is to be one of our final meetings. Greetings, Celeste. The Nightwings are prepared, and afterwards I would have words with you in private, if you please. It seems to me rather late for words now, Tarek, but I shall hear them once your charges cross the gate. Now, all of you, come forth. Please state your names and what it is that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Once more your companions cross the gate, one after another, and once more you follow them in turn. Celeste regards you all, then waves you through toward the summit. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. And, Tarek? I, Celeste? You may rejoin the others in a while. For now, I would hear those words of yours. Certainly, Celeste. Everyone, I shall see you shortly. Oh shit, I want to hear it though! I wanted to have a duet right now with you, for some reason. Okay. This isn't the one they usually play. This one's different. Oh, good, it's still going. Oh, hey guys. It's gotten real cold again up here, but it's worth it. Let me tell you, you got a lot of customers been stopping by. Okay, I may have been exaggerating just a little since I've been waiting here a little while, I guess, but you buying anything? Kind of ruining the song with that, but alright. So much money. And ended on a high note. Literally. Permanently. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait to buy all these for the last right and sell everything. There you go, game. Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing I really need. I'm not in dire need of anything. Are you maxed? You're maxed. Everyone maxed? Everyone's gotta be maxed. Okay. Hey, you guys really are my favorite customers, you know? You're not stuttering anymore. Alright. Here we go. The time has come again to deliver one of your fellow exiles to a homecoming in the Commonwealth, lest your adversaries, the Fate, achieve the same instead. The lone minstrel has returned and approaches as you await the signal from the stars. There is something that I wish to ask you, reader. Something which ordinarily would not be my place to discuss in any detail. You have observed the stars. If you would not mind my asking you in such a direct manner, how many liberation rites are you supposing yet remain? Have you deduced? No. I mean, I have spirited thought. I feel like it's 2. Orlok seemed to not be coming to this one, so it's gotta be the next one, because also the amount of time. I guess it might be an immediate turnaround. Like, I come here, and it's just like, immediately, and Orlok. Liberation number 2, go. Alright. You tell him the only logical deduction which you have been able to make based on all of your reading of the stars of late, that there shall be one final liberation rite after tonight. I concur with your evaluation, reader. Sir, I wish to make certain that you are aware, so that you and the Nightwings may yet make the most of your remaining time together thus. As to what shall happen once the final liberation rite is ended. Again, I'm not done yet. We soon shall both find out. But lo, it seems that we are called upon once more. Look forth, because the frickin' music has already started. Alright. Anyway, one more time.
Islak Astralborn.
Islak. Nope. Experience is now useless. You can do it, game.
Reader, I would ask that you think back for just a moment, if you please. When you first looked upon the Book of Rites, think back upon the words that it revealed.
Uh-huh.
Oblige the voice that tells you more.
No.
Oblige the voice that tells you more.
Which voice?
That the scribes were here among us still.
I didn't say which
I
voice.
will not sing your praises to them, rest assured. I trust that you shall savor this occasion. You shan't have to oblige me for much longer.
It just said the voice. It didn't say you. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirats is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirats is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the Fate, come forth now, and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. The bent old cur Dalbert steps forward and struggles for a moment with his mask. Greetings, good heralds. I am called Dalbert Oldheart. It is the greatest honor of my years to stand upon this sacred site, upon which the 8 scribes first anointed these glorious proceedings. Nightwings, we are honored to be in your presence once more. Father, they are our adversaries, not our hosts. We need not be so gentle with them. They shall do their utmost to keep you from your freedom. Dalbert, your son speaks out of turn. Control him. My sincerest apologies for his unnecessary outburst. Alma, please. We have worked together. We have worked toward this opportunity and must make the most of it. He puts his mask back on. My son and I stand ready to begin. Screw the third person in our team with snap him irrelevant. Wait, is your son even there? Nightwings, your choice. In whose name shall you conduct this liberation rite? I wish you the wisdom of the scribes in making your choice, reader. And I wish you to come prepare our song with me, Tarek.
Whom shall you attempt to send home this time?
What the fuck, dude? Fuck you, game. You're so full of shit. Absolute bullshit nonsense. 100% bullshit. What determines someone as worthy or unworthy in this fucking game? Mark this down as another garbage part of this game. This makes no sense at all. First it was, okay, level 3. Fine. First right, I get it. They're not all going to be high in levels. Whatever. Then it became consistently level 4, level 4, level 4. If you were level 4, you were good. Now? No. Just, I guess that's be level 5? I don't fucking know. It's fucking ridiculous. Okay, so there's his son. Fucking bullshit. I'm so done with this game, man. I'm so done with it. All of it's nonsense in terms of gameplay itself. So he'll deal more damage when he's less, deal more damage. Okay, so they're all gonna just deal 21, 26, 21. Moves faster, implode banishes adversaries in a wider area. And returns faster. Great. Watch out for the implode. I feel like I haven't had to deal with too many imps. Jump a second time, accelerates faster, top speed. After banished by an adversary, Dalbert has a 50% chance to return in only 1 second. That sucks. Dalbert can jump a second or third time. Why? All our jumps or sprints, virtually eliminated. Charge for aura is reduced. Flings the orb farther. Sprints without stamina. That sucks. Cool. Well, I guess we're sending Hedwyn home this time. It's so fucking annoying, dude. Another chance at freedom. Oh yeah, you're the first one. Forgot. Again, why would be so freaking good if he could be the last? Stupid fucking game. I'm so pissed. There's no excuse. We shall ensure his passage from this place. Let us this time send Hedwyn on his way. Game? We give thanks to have this opportunity to face you, O Nightwings. And let us strive to our full capability with honor and with grace. Save your strength for the right, Father, and for the voyage home. Let this be a final battle against them. I mean, what are you gonna do after he leaves?
commence.
Yo. Woohoo. Fuck. Oh, get shit on, dude. I somehow scored. Get shit on game. Wow. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see him shoot. Oh, you bitch. Oh, you bitch. Woo! Just outside of his reach. Hear us, O noble Jomir, for we beseech you, surely we cannot prevail without your aid. If ever you hear our prayers, I beg of you, please smile upon us now. Whether from his prayer to the scribes or simply from Dalbert's resolve, something comes over your fellow exiles here. If they are banished now, they shall not return soon. Or shall not soon return. The fuck? Woo! Holy fuck, dude. Okay. Damn it.
Good.
Damn it. That's when I should be like tossing it in, but I just can't. Mutual destruction. I'm glad we got all that extra hope, by the way. No, I couldn't jump. What? What? My sprint? What happened? I just didn't. Dude, how?
Close. United in banishment. Oof.
Oh, I disagree, game. I absolutely fired. Bullshit game.
Almost. Oh.
Thank you. God. 10 years later, I'm able to finally do it.
Now go on, just once more.
Double.
How very fortunate.
Yeah, go get it. Go get it. Fuck you, dude. Oh. Dude, you're not allowed to have the fast shot like I do. That's not cool. I mean, this is the nice thing of this is like the double demon bullshit. No. How did you not? Dude. Oh, is that what that does? Okay. What are you doing? Where are you going? You dick. Holy fuck, what do I do there? Like, actually, what do I do? Oh, they're all dead. I thought someone was back there. I'm like, let's see him. Oh, they're all dead. Alright, Headwind. It's been good, man. I didn't get the story way that I wanted it to happen, I guess.
Thus ends the liberation.
Fuck me, right?
And thus the scribes have chosen
Well, now there's no one else I care to free, so.
appointed by the night wings shall be free.
You okay, dude?
Absolved of all
Appointed
misdeeds,
by the Night Wings.
return to glory in the Commonwealth.
What the fuck?
His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Alas, my son. Once more it seems that I have failed you. Father, wait. What good is freedom to us anyway if we would be apart? You're just now realizing this? Smart one. Smart one, that kid. We did it. Then I guess that means I have to go. I broke my vow to him that we would all go free together. Rita, my friend, why would you do this? Will you ever forgive me? I didn't have a lot of choice, dude. Fakani, wait for me. Wait for me. He remained silent for a moment longer, then... Listen to me, all of you. I will not forget this. If there is anything at all that I can do back on the other side to help the rest of you, then I'm going to find it, and I'm going to do it. And at the very least, I'll do everything I can to make sure that by the time more of you come join me back at home, that'll be a better place for all of us. That's not going to be too long, dude. You don't got a lot of time. Look, I don't have long now, so... excuse me. Just thank you. All of you. I won't forget this. Then he plunges out of sight to the shimmer pool. His voice is audible, but growing faint. It's happening. Goodbye, my friends. Reader, everyone, goodbye. Until we see each other. Okay, yeah.
Godspeed, Edwin.
The cycle of the rites is nearly at an end.
Long have we sought to fathom all the darkest secrets hidden by the light of the stars. Now at last the stars themselves revoke their station in the night, and we have finally achieved an inkling of this. Okay, so wider angle or always +5. That one. Alright. Berries. And something else. The hell's that? On Legacy. You return to the wagon after having prevailed against the fate in the Liberation Rite. A fortuitous result. Safe travels to you, Hedwyn. The rest of us await the day of our reunion on the other side. You succeeded in liberating Hedwyn, who returned to the Commonwealth in glory. The last light of the stars still shines for us above. At this point, what is to become of our plan needn't be the subject of our speculation. I trust that we'll learn the outcome soon enough. 82! Pretty good. Our actions to this point shall pave the way. Perhaps our faith as well. So, let's for now focus on this. We stand upon the brink of the last turn of the cycle of the rites. Soon, we'll have a final chance to get one of you home. Now, reader, up for a little stargazing? Let's see where in the downside we shall be returning for these final rites. So we get one more again? Oh, it's red. It's very red here now. You turn back towards the darkness to look upon the last few stars, too stubborn to relinquish their light. Haub. Goal. They're very close. Jomir. Well, none of them is ores, so that's cool. Accusers are back at the top. Can I get the Pyre hearts to overtake them? It probably doesn't matter. Yep, one last liberation rite. Where they at? Them again. Goal again. Or them. I'm trying to tell what these are. I haven't been to Goal in a really long time. Alright. We'll go to this one. It's like the... Well, they're all right next to each other, so it doesn't really matter, but... Once more, you're to face the fate, then. Although I wonder... He hesitates before saying anything further. You cannot sense his thoughts. I apologize. I was lost in thought there for a moment. Let us make way for the Ridge of Goal, when everyone is feeling more refreshed, as much as possible. Alright. I'm gonna take my break right now. And when I come back, we'll do all the stuff for 2 more rights and the end of the game. So we're doing it. I'm gonna push for it. Hopefully there's not like a million years of post game or whatever. So anyway, I'll be back in a little bit. Thanks for watching. Alright. Dur 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 dur. Dur 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 dur. Wolfred. Following Hedwyn's liberation, you find Wolfred smoking at his pipe, his eyes averted. He looks up and smiles as you approach. Hello, my boy. Excellent work back there. Thank you for your perseverance. Though, I was just reflecting on how very fortunate I've been in all this. Not just me, but really all of us who had a chance to stand with Hedwyn here. Ours is admittedly a somewhat desperate plan. It was vital to me, should the Nightwings rise again, that it be under proper care and guidance. I was just thinking how well Hedwyn served in that capacity. Whatever is to be the outcome of all this, no doubt his presence shall be missed. My agents and I, we were unsure of him at first. A common boy like that, completely unacquainted with the rights. But, in the end, I felt that he was worth a shot. Someone like him. Sincere, determined, with loyal friends and desperate to get home. Those qualities spoke volumes. Then he falls silent for a time. I have every faith that he shall strive on our behalf now in the Commonwealth, and it is my hope that he yet finds the one he sought. You and Wolfred speak little more of Hedwyn for now. You are left wondering what shall become of him in the Commonwealth. What is this thing? Solishell. The sparkling thing in its center is in fact its heart, which it airs out from time to time. Oh. Keepsake from the Sea of Solace, only the monster would attempt to remove the heart or would have the strength. Oh, I have had this before. Why do I feel like I haven't seen it in a while? Berries. The book! On Legacy. Reader, though you shall always bear a burden, it is much lighter than the burden of a lonesome exile. That was a quote on a loading page. Go forth and become free. Then join with others such as you, and lead with mercy, continuing to demonstrate your worth, and knowing that the Empire's fall formed the foundation of our Commonwealth. You shall cease to be a reader, and become a voice both to the free and to your successors here, who shall take up this book when you no longer need it. The cycle of the rights shall see to it that you and others like you shall be liberated ere the coming of another age. May the stars shine ever brightly on us all. There's a lot of things in there. I am a voice myself. Or I will become one, somehow. And then also about the coming of another age and the stars not shining anymore. Alright. Yeah. So, I guess Pamitha, you've suddenly become my front runner. I mean, I could maybe do Tizo. He's not terribly quick, but he has his bursts. His presence, it's not very high, or his hope. And she hits harder. So probably her, honestly. Okay. Oh my god, game. This game would be 1,000 times better if it was optimized properly. It is daybreak. You are to set forth now for the Ridge of Goal, for what appears to be the final time. Thereafter you shall return here for one last exile's final chance at liberty. Alright. Is the whole place burning down? Alright, well that's just like, I can't help that. What did that... I just don't feel like reading him, honestly. I mean, that area is supposed to be on fire. And orange. Yo, you bitches, what you doing here? I know it says I'm supposed to be fighting you next. But we know that's not true. Unless the Pyre Hearts actually do take it. Bop. Again! And you did. And there's Manly. Still going. And here we are. Okay, so Hollow Root, Blooming Pool. Oh, interesting. I'm more intrigued by Dalbert being there than I am of even potentially getting someone up to level 5. I'm way more intrigued by this. The Apparition? Excuse me? Yeah, she's not getting a level 5. And neither is Tizo. As you walk through a dark corner of Blooming Pool, you sense a presence of some sort which reaches out to you. That's fucking creepy. I feel like I've seen this before, though. Who looked like that? Who did that? It presents to you a vision of the adversary you expect to face in the coming right. The apparition is aware of your next adversary in the rights, Dalbert. It offers to sway the coming right against him in your favor. Accept, and your adversary shall suffer a misfortune that inhibits his performance. Nothing permanent, it claims. Decline, and the apparition shall extend its offer to Dalbert instead. Ooh. I would not do that against Dalbert. Anyone else, I consider it. Dalbert, no. You thank the apparition for its generous offer, but decline, choosing your words with care. The apparition makes no response you can discern, then it shimmers and is gone. You attempt to set your mind at ease as you return to the Black Wagon to pursue your vocations. I can do vocations anyway, hell yeah. So do I do a boost? Do I look? I mean, I'm going to have probably way more money than I really need. Yeah, let's just... we'll go for it. I'm guessing I get to do this because I said no, though. If I had to guess. Alright, Pamela. We're gonna see if we can get you up to 5 before the last one. Pamitha gains a somewhat stronger grasp of how to better pass the celestial orb through strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate than through dexterity alone. She nods in understanding. Probably not. You know that we all can feel your guidance when we have the orb, don't you, Rita, darling? And who am I going to put to leave? Like, honestly, I kind of feel like Volfred makes sense. But I don't really want him in the lead either. Like, it definitely feels like Volfred should go back, honestly. But I just don't like that positioning in terms of the actual thing. Because it means he's going to always be picked first, and that's bad. Which is really stupid. Like, I feel like I should be able to select the positioning regardless of the order that I pick them. That's another thing. That's also stupid. I hate it. Like, for that to be determining who I story-wise select to move on, really annoying. Hey guys, say, what are you guys doing all the way back here? You know, it's not so bad here. I was thinking, and I got some pretty good stuff. I think you ought to check it out. Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need another plus 10. Why is yours worth 105 but mine was worth 11? That's bullshit. You're marking up the prices like crazy, dude. Oh, I can give you a berry. And I can give you his thing. Alright, let's see how much all these cost. So if I want to just do all of them. So 30, 30, 31. Why is that one 31? So 91. 70, 103, so 193. Okay, game. Alright, so that's 75, 113. So 30 something to get those, and then like one of these. But I'm also gonna sell like all of this shit before the last right. So anyway, gonna see this again, guys. Okay. After making all the necessary preparations amid the untamed reaches of the Ridge of Goal, you and your companions await the commencement of the rites. It is quieter even than usual at the onset of such events. The lone minstrel appears, bearing some sort of news. I have checked, and it appears as though the fate have not yet arrived, reader sir. There is no sign of Dalbert or anyone. Their sigil is not set either. If what he says is true, and your adversaries are not present, then you presume the rite cannot commence. However, the stars themselves soon indicate you are mistaken. Okay. I haven't talked to What's-Her-Face in a while. I need to do that. Next time I'm at the wagon, I need to talk to What's-Her-Face, to Sandra. She keeps telling me no, but I know she secretly... I'm not even going to finish that sentence. That's just weird, out of context. Nope, not doing it.
The Commonwealth. Your home.
Uh-huh.
Today, it is aflame. Much like a stack of books. Aflame. Because of you.
Change.
Because of your outlandish plan. Not that you care. Not that you shall live to see this place again. Your attempts at revolution shan't succeed. Though by all means, keep trying. As for myself, I shall enjoy presiding over these remaining rites.
Yeah, your job only matters for 2 more rights. I don't like this, this here. This worries me. The rite is set to commence, but your adversaries, they have failed to show. Smartest choice I've seen them make. They had no chance at getting into another liberation rite, did they? Indeed. As the rites are drawing to a close, some of the triumvirats whom you have met, perhaps they're beginning to decide the stars are not worth heeding any longer. But it asked if you wanted help. Dalbert, you wonder whether he would give up on the rites like that. He seems far too devoted to the scribes, and too dedicated to his son to have turned back now. Agreed. In any case, we have begun the ceremony here, and so I ask that we end it.
Who shall besmirch the Nightwing's name?
Wait, we just gotta go? You know what? Let's have both of you guys go. Pramathop and Tizo.
Tizo.
Tizo! Sounded excited by that.
Volfred.
And then Volfred.
It is done.
Let us end this and be on our way. Conceding in the rights is frowned upon. Believe me, I should know. How's this gonna screw me?
Lo, even your adversaries have abandoned you.
Wilfred, you never get to score, man.
And it is done. The Nightwings prevail by default. Not that their adversaries even care.
So was that decision with the ghost thing completely irrelevant? Weird. That was easy. Don't see why the rest of you are so dour.
Boundless are the teachings.
Aww, I didn't even get anything? Come on. I won. Give me something. Stupid game.
Until the next rite. If there even is to be another one.
Yeah, there's one more. Another one. Okay, well that was the fastest, right? No one speaks further of the fate back at the Black Wagon. Everyone is instead preoccupied with the rite that is to come. Thus does the final chance at liberty present itself at last, then. I'm afraid so. Our plan is an imperfect one, yet here we are, faced with this vital opportunity. 85% is pretty good. If it fails at 85%, which I don't even know if that's actually a thing that can happen, but my god if it is. He looks over to you. Rita, my boy, please, go see for yourself. I think we all know where we are headed next, and I suspect I know whom we shall face when we arrive. The others turn to you as well. You turn toward the wagon's door. You know what you shall see out there. Now, however, the time has come to face it. The dim and fading light of the final star still pierces through the darkness, demanding your attention, guiding you toward the end point of your path. What about those other stars? They're all just gone. Alright. You are summoned to the Fall of Solium for your 7th and final liberation rite. Thus shall the cycle of the rites be ended for an age. You sense that if the rites ever shall commence again, it shall not be during your lifetime, or that of any of your companions, even the longest-lived ones. The stars revealed to you one thing more. The adversary whom you face shall be Orlek. Already, he has crossed Scribe's Gate and awaits your arrival. He's just camping there, man. If the 8 scribes created the Nightwings in their own likeness, perhaps it is only fitting that the Nightwings should in the end be forced to face themselves. Orlek, curse this damnable cycle. That it must pit us against him in this our final chance. Let us retire for the night. We shall not have many chances more for rest before our journey's ended. The group disperses as exhaustion sets in. At dawn, you fly to Mount Alariel to make a final effort to achieve your plan and get somebody home. But who? I don't know. Sandra. Oh, she actually won't talk to me anymore. I thought she was like eventually gonna be like, fine, Yes, thank you. But no.
Foolish reader. Your so-called friends. You are accomplice to their hateful plot. They are exploiting you. You shall never have your freedom.
Dude, I've known this for a while. You're not offering any new information. By dawn, you are already up and about after a troubled slumber. The Black Wagon is prepared for its final voyage to the fall of Solium. No one speaks. Am I running into anybody here? As you listen to the skies, the lone minstrel raises his voice, cutting through the somber mood. Reader, a certain olden ballad comes to mind just now. I'm going to play it on the ride up, because I can. I think it may befit the circumstance. Perhaps it may help to pass the time along our flight. Would you mind it very much if I were to play this song for the Nightwings? Quiet contemplation. Nah. Lift our spirits, dude. Play us a jolly old tune. You urge the lone minstrel to play his ballad so that all among you might hear it. He begins without another word. Celeste? How are we hearing Celeste? That was a pause. All right. Well. Oh, God. There's no way that this is... There's just no way that this is going to go well. I'm still going to pick Bertrude again. She's definitely competing one way or another. You touch down amid the sublime grandeur of Mount Elaudial to make pilgrimage to the summit for one last time. There, one last liberation rite shall soon commence. There, one last exile shall regain his or her freedom. All others shall remain to carry out their sentences here in the downside for the remainder of their lives. And the Commonwealth, the plan of which you are a part, shall either come to fruition or shall be suppressed. Thank you, game. Alright, no one in the wagon. Can't talk to Sandra. Really nothing... Nothing to do. Again, after having landed, you join Bertrude on an expedition to the monument of Jomir Menymane for what is likely to be the final time. Oh no, last time was Luscorian, I think. We beseech ye, ancient gods of the last age, and we invoke thine aid. We have traveled far to gain this summit many times, and stood steadfast with our compatriots who seek to leave this place. We now offer ye our services eternally, if ye would grant us such a boon as to ensure our triumph in the coming night. Long would we serve ye, O ancient gods, should ye accept our offer here and now. Soon she is finished. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Jomir Menymane has shown you favor. At dawn, you shall begin your last ascent. For now, your vocations may occupy what little time you have to spare. +2 presence. She's getting bigger. What's up? You notice Bertrude studying the Beyonder crystal. She sets it down as you approach. The mouthy wraith rebuke the Thar attempt to summon her. She insisteth that we are too young to understand. She must be referring to Sandra. It seems that Bertrude may be able to invoke her. Stubborn, that one, possessing of an ancient understanding, olden ways and olden times. Many centuries of history, knowledge of the 8 scribes themselves, held captive there within that green-tinged stone, within that wraith's own memories. Would that we could extract them in some way. Perhaps that could induce the wraith's obedience, reading one. For we, she heedeth not, she claimeth obligations unto only thee. Although, she stops and thinks very carefully. The Beyonder crystal is not to be tampered with. Your fellow exiles know that its use is at your sole discretion. She backs away from you, still thinking to herself. Ignorest thee our inquiries about this reading one. Our reasoning has taken us elsewhere. Her refusal to cooperate is like to be an ancient warning of some sort. 'Tis possible that others of the southern bogs know something of her, but we shall not be tampering further with such sorceries ourselves. That the wraith refuseth to cooperate suggesteth she predicted menteth, is suitablyeth deservedeth. She heads out in a huff, but just as the air grows still and quiet, you sense something from the Beyonder crystal. Mouthy wraith, she says. Can you believe it, reader? Ah, to be so young and foolish again. Sandra the Unseeing laughs to herself. Your proximity to the Beyonder crystal must have been sufficient to invoke her in this case. That crone of yours is far too curious, I think. But it appears that even she has learned her lesson in this case. Thank the stars, I am beholden to no more than one among you Nightwings at a time. And thank the stars, that happens to be you rather than her. And if that crone attempts to lay her fingers on my Beyonder crystal again, I shall just have to torment her dreams till my age. Do feel free to mention that if it comes up. Now, farewell. You know where to find me, lovely reader. She vanishes. It seems that Sandra proved resistant to Bertrude's tampering. If so much history is trapped within the Beyonder crystal, there it shall remain for the foreseeable future. Still nothing. Alright. Fairy. Yeah, Pamitha's the closest of anybody to getting to 5, so. But will she get it? I still don't think so. I guess I should at least try. You and Pamitha go over her understanding of her aura and its connection to her presence, both physical and spiritual. The discussion proves informative. Oh. We all have auras all the time, I think. We just can't always see them. Cool, thanks. Unless he's got an item that randomly gives enlightenment. Here in the ancient formations of Mount Alaudial, you encounter a messenger imp come to deliver news and rumors from the other side. This time, the news this time pertains to Hedwyn, whom you liberated at the fall of Solium. You learn Hedwyn returned safely to the Commonwealth, where he was clothed and welcomed, his past transgressions for all forgiven. He was to be groomed for a leadership position of his choice, whether on the council or the blood border, each equally as lucrative and secretive as well. However, he refused, and before the stunned council members could do anything about it, he left them. He's since made contact with Volfred's agents, and is working together with them. Thus the ranks of the revolution grow stronger. For the messenger imp custom, the last part of the message was transcribed from Hedwyn, word for word, and says, "Keep going. I'll see you here." Nothing about what's-her-face? Tani, or whatever? Tani? I don't know. You thank the messenger imp for relaying this information. Soon your companions are all abuzz about it. Wonder if he'll ever find the one he fell for. May the boy's spirit infect a lot of ye as would a plague. Well done, Hedwyn, my boy. I knew you could do it. Kiha! Tizo is happy to hear Hedwyn is well back in the Commonwealth. The news of Hedwyn's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. More hope! Can I not get some bullshit thing against me in this liberation rite? Already going up against Orlek? You stand before the Scribe's Gate with your companions. The Gate Guardian is there as ever, but you sense something different in her. The exiles of the Nightwings. We shall not meet again after this coming rite. Tarek and I. It shall be time we take our rest, I think. Greetings, Celeste. I would tell you that the Nightwings are prepared, though this time I'm certain anyone among us feels thus. We have a duty to uphold, Tarek. And then what, Celeste? And then nothing. Not for the rights, or us. Not to the dawn of a new age. Now, Nightwings, step forward. Please state your names and what it is that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. One by one, your fellow exiles approach her, now with sureness in their step. We're repeating all these? We are called Big Bertrude. Big is my first name. We seek to fulfill the plan of Sandalwood, for we are fond of him and his beliefs, and then to go about our business. Tizo believes that his ancestors are watching over the Nightwings and seeks to live up to their legacy. My name is Volfred Sandalwood. I long as yet to see an age where freedom is one's birthright, and no longer are people such as these forced to contend for it. Thane, I still don't know, here. I am seeking my blood sister Tamitha's forgiveness, since she ended up here because of me. Maybe something good can come of it as yet. Finally, you step forth once more. You, a common wanderer who vowed to help his friends be free again, and who managed to come this far with this group. The Gate Guardian observes you for a moment, then motions past the archway toward the summit. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Except for you, Tarek. You stay right here. I thought you said... The rites are not yet ended, Tarek. He looks to her, then over to the rest of you. Pardon me, everyone. I shall be there when the stars align. The Gate Guardian and the Lone Minstrel remain together as the rest of you depart. You have gained the summit of Alaudial for the 7th time. The final time in which any one of you shall have a chance to leave the downside. The Rounder Crystal seeks you. What? Yo, girl, what's up? Thank you for visiting on such short notice, reader. I understand you have important matters to attend to. So let me be blunt. Please listen for a moment, then. I know this whole affair is coming to an end. All of it. I sense the binds that formed the rites becoming weak. Which means, soon you will not need me anymore. Not that you have needed me at any point, but still. My services will not be of any further use. I would love to tell you that this means I shall be free from my eternal prison. For some of my beyonders, it shall be a release. My accomplices are bound by weaker words than those which have bound me. They shall fade away, I think, and finally rest. I, however, shall remain. She hesitates for a moment. Thus, I have a proposition for you. I do not know where you shall go from here, but I ask you to take me there, wherever it shall be. By that I mean, take this stone prison of mine and keep it. Do not just leave it, as all your predecessors have, each time their stay among the Nightwings reached an end. Soon the Beyonder Crystal shall serve no use at all, except to keep me trapped. I am content to remain thus, for I have little choice, but I would prefer to do so in your company. For I do enjoy your company, reader. This may not be much of a compliment, but I assure you that I much prefer your company to an eternity of solitude. I mean, you'll get there eventually, because I'm gonna die someday. I have no wish to see you gain in years and to eventually decay whilst I remain unchanging. But I should rather have more years whilst having contact. Even if those years are to be brief, they shall afford me many more in which I might think back upon our times. Nor do I expect you to accommodate my needs, for I am well aware I have my limits in accommodating yours. That is to say, I wish you to go forth after this night and live your life however you see fit, for your own sake. May all this rights business enrich your coming days somehow. And in considering that life after this night, if you think that there may be a place in it for me, however small, then once again I simply ask that you take me along. That way, should you ever wish to visit me again sometime, you could. And I would like to have that as an option more than not. My request here is a selfish one, for there is little I can offer in exchange other than what little my companionship is worth. Perhaps I could lull you to sleep once in a while. Who knows? You could always try to sell the Beyonder Crystal for a reasonable sum somewhere, or something to that end. There must be someone out there with an interest in this thing. So then, you have heard my sad little proposition. What do you say? Oh, she likes me. But like she said, it's that or completely being alone for the rest of time. But still, I think she's grown fond of me. It's not just, she doesn't want to be alone. Agree and do it, or decline with all respect. It's not your property, nor is Sandra's penance your responsibility. Nah. Why not? Sandra's supposed to be a kindred spirit. You would rather not part ways with her. Hell yeah. You grasp the Beyonder Crystal and set it into the folds of your clothing. Sandra senses this and makes a sound as though surprised. Thank you, reader. Well, now I'm just carrying you around? That's weird. She is at a loss for a moment. Then, let us go then, from this place. Go and face your last remaining adversaries. May you crush them under heel and achieve the outcome which you seek. I believe you shall prevail. She disappears into the stone for now. Okay. I don't know what that means, but it also means I can't practice now, so that sucks. I still don't know who I want to send, man. Like, no one else wants to leave. Like, Bertrand and Volfred don't care. And while it's one-sided, I feel bad about separating them. Pamitha doesn't want to leave. She wants her sister to leave. It's like, I could do Tizo? Hey, guys. I guess you probably heard the big news, huh? Yeah, I'm Well, I'm going out of business here, I guess. Just hasn't been the same, you know, with all the stars fading out and stuff. Anyways, just wanted to say you guys are great. Sure I'm gonna miss having you guys as customers and all that. But I got some good news though, too. All my stuff, it's on sale now, and I'll throw a little extra there just for you, okay? So, enjoy. Maybe I'll see you guys around, okay? 5% off. He's finally doing the sale. Thanks. And this stuff that I don't need or care about. Here you go, buddy. We're having a sale. Okay. So let's just buy what we can. God, this is gonna take forever. Why is this the menuing system we chose? So I'm pretty sure I can get all of these with what I have. So presence, quickness, and hope. Wait, what do I need to get to? 71? I'm almost like afraid to sell some things. I'm like, could it be useful? Will I actually use this? This I don't think I need, but that's only going to get me to 50. And then that's only going to get me to 64? Or no. So 30. Yeah, 55. So I still have to sell something else. Yeah. So, let's see. So, quickness, presence, and hope. Six seconds, 5 seconds, 8 seconds, 9 seconds. I kind of feel like give all the presents to Volfred. Like, make him max out presence. He's going to be huge. +4, +4, +4. So that's 13. So he's going to have 34 presents. Pretty fucking good. Yeah. Whether I play him on defense or I have him at the front. Okay. And then she has the lowest respawn, so giving her +4 hope to come back more quickly. Probably pretty good. Oh. Right? Yeah. Is she like the fastest now? She's equal to Pamitha. Nice. Quickness. Okay. Oh, there's the other hope. I could have sworn there would have been another hope. Now she surpasses Pamitha. She's the fastest we got. So quickness. I'm definitely feeling Pamitha as the next one to go. Though if Volfred, if I put Volfred at the front, him being a lot quicker would actually be really nice. God, he's so fat. So what's he gonna get up to? 4, 4, 4. So 12, 13. So he's getting up to 29, or no, not 29, 19, which is faster than everybody. He'll move at 5 meters per second more than. So he's nimble. He'll be nimble. And she's already pretty fast. She's average. Yeah, let's also give him the quickness. Meh. Alright. 5.8. He's super quick. He's now the fastest dude I got. Yo, Volfred could be scary on the offensive, actually. Alright. And I think with that, we're set. So, be seeing you guys. Slug markets, indigenous imps, townside talismans. Jesus. Okay. I guess we got some reading to do real quick. There are natives in this land with some capacity for thought and oddly keen instinct for the mercantile. Suspicious creatures, but not disagreeable entirely. From time to time we make exchange with them. They lust for coins, for the imperial soul. Though why, they do not say. We speculate it is delicacy. It serves us little purpose here, whilst their slug market wares are sometimes valuable. Their creatures appear drawn to places where the heavens shine the brightest, perhaps because they know we are as well. What they want exactly is unclear. We taught them of our lands, yet they remain preoccupied with simpler things. Okay. Special mention must be given to the downside's most prolific native creature, which we call the imp. With all respects to our comrade, Haub, an imp himself, possessing of extraordinary intellect, most imps are driven by the simplest impulses: to eat, to drink, to procreate, to move, and to survive. These creatures, then, are symbols of this place. They are far more resilient than they seem. Though wild by their nature, they, like all of us, can learn. Haub insists that imps are willing to be put to work. Like other aspects of the downside, they wish more than to exist, but to exist with purpose. Survival often is conflated with the physical. When we think of survival, we assume the need to sustain our bodies or improve our bodies. The strong survive. But, and take it from an alpha chief, there are different kinds of strength. The spirit is what drives us. By comparison, the body's impulses are weak. Here in the downside, faith is found in limited supply. Trinkets and mere baubles that would barely fetch a price in our homeland here are talismans. Seek talismans that mean something to you. Hold on to one of them that you hold dear. It shall reward you with reminders of your faith, your power, your potential. Okay. And there we go. We are set. The stage has been set. Now let us begin. The final liberation rite. It's probably gonna suck. You have gained the summit of Mount Alaudiel for the 7th time. Very few stars remain above to light your way as you await the commencement of the final liberation rite. The lone minstrel finds you clutching the Book of Rites, seeking there, perhaps, some bit of wisdom that has eluded you thus far. Stream still up? Yes? Hold on. What the hell? Weird. What the fuck? Like, that webpage just shut off. And then one of them was telling me, like, you can open this in incognito. I'm like, why? Why would I need to do that? I was perfectly fine having it open normally. Because I'm tracking on stream. Weird. What the fuck just happened? Anyway. Alright, moving on. Reader, we may not have a chance to speak again after this. I may have to go. I wish to say that I am grateful for having made your acquaintance, and I shall remember you with fondness. I wish you well, this night and always. Go forth with glory. Same to you, dude. You've been cool. Then he looks up, and he extends his hand in friendship. You clasp it. You see Chizo has joined you. All of your companions are there with him, in fact. Chizo wants you to know he has the utmost faith in you. Reading one, thou art both wiser and less irritating than most others of thy kind. We have learned something from thee. We are grateful. I'm grateful. Well, reader darling, what do you say we give those old scribes a real show to remember then, shall we? It is strange for me to say, given the circumstances of our meeting, reader. But it has truly been a pleasure. Onward now. Let us achieve our plan, which is still at 85%. And will improve should we win. Probably not 100, but pretty close. You look upon your fellow exiles, your companions, with whom you have withstood the downside, and with whom you shall now conduct this final rite. Begging your pardon, but my time has come. We shall see each other soon. He departs, and after this night, the outcome of Wolfred's plan, the plan which you all have been a part, shall be decided, one way or another. For now, all you can do is strive to prevail against your final adversaries, so that one last companion may go free. You rise to join your fellow exiles as the last remaining stars ignite. Here we go. Still absolutely the hell not. I think with his quickness now, I kind of want to put Wolfred up for freedom. Because I also do think he's, like, the most useful person that could be up there.
Look,
just, again.
one last time, upon the fall of Solium, dear reader. Hear me for one last time.
Thank God.
For soon, the few remaining stars shall fade away, leaving you stranded there for your remaining days in that forsaken land where you deserve to be.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
The rabble that you roused here in the Commonwealth shall be put down. The exiles whom you liberated all shall fall in line. But first, let us get on with this last liberation rite. You face none other than yourselves.
God, this is gonna suck.
Each so unlike the glorious Nightwings of yore. 'Tis a shame that one of you shall soon be free, for you deserve each other.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. But before the low minstrel can concur as per the custom... Shut up, Orlek. Not another word. The demon Orlek slowly raises his clawed fingers to his mask. The false Nightwings have arrived at last. Long have I waited this. My freedom once was stolen from me. Then I was cheated of it. Here upon this mountaintop. You may now attempt to take it from me once more. He stands there for a moment, silent. Then, Orlek dons his mask and stands prepared. You could have waited till she gave you the opportunity to talk, dude. May these damned rites cease forever, for the misery which they caused. Nightwings, we shall not meet again after tonight, for the cycle of the rites is all but ended. Thus, I would have your decision. On whose behalf shall you conduct this final liberation rite? the one whom you anoint, or else the exile Orlek shall be returned. Godspeed, reader. You know what is at stake better than I. I have utmost faith in you, to make the best decision, and conduct this rite with glory. Nightwings, the star's remaining light grows dim. Your decision, please. I just thought of another reason, though, Wolfred could stay. To stay with Orlek. But would that be a blessing or a curse for them? It is time now to choose who, if anyone among you, shall go free this one last time. The rest of you shall remain in the downside to the end of your days. One by one, you meet the gazes of each of your fellow exiles. Wolfred, Bertrude, Tizo, Pamitha. Your fellow exiles, your companions, your friends. Together you have come this far, but now the downside and the rights conspire to tear your group apart and disrupt your plan. Is there no other way? Like, I wonder... This could be one of those things, because this is so fucking vague, that, like, either it's gonna choose someone for me, or it's gonna, like... It could go as far as, like, just straight up secede to Orlek. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Is the pressure too great? What? What? Having to make this last decision is unconscionable. It is too much. You hesitate, but then you sense a reassuring voice enter your thoughts. Oh, it's Wolfred. Do not give in, reader. Do not give in. We stand with you. The choice you're about to make, however you shall go about, and whatever the outcome, we understand. And so you need not hesitate, and you need not explain. So please, trust in yourself. For all the rest of us, we trust in you. Damn it. You consider what you're about to do. You cannot back down. Well, the so stupid. With but a glance, you reassure your fellow exiles that you know what to do.
One final opportunity for salvation.
Orlek. Spoilers, I don't know what to do. It's fucking 40 presents, dude. Fuck off. It's not fair. Oh, good. He's just gonna throw the orb at me, dude. I hate you. "18 years? How long was Jodariel? Was she like... I want to say she was 18. Maybe she was 16 years. And like... Hold on. 9, yeah. Anyway. I don't know what I gained, but whatever. Unless it's like from what I've learned from Volfred, but it can only now be applied because I'm now looking at him for the first time since. Gareth. He's a savage. Damn. Oops. Fast return. Flings the orb faster. Reduced. It's fast. Yeah, this is a May character. Charge up time before Gareth jumps. Yeah. And quickness. So quick 12. 20 quickness on this guy. Fuck, dude. Like, the only saving grace is his hope. Wait, why is... His presence is 19, but looks as big as Orlex. Why is his glory down? The game doesn't tell me why his numbers are like this. I can only assume it has something to do with, like, his increase in sins and his loss of glory from having been shunned or some shit. Only 15%, though. They did not raise his moon crest very much. They did raise the Tailwind crest, though. For +2 more. Alright. And he returns faster. Banish adversaries in a wider area. Okay. Portizo. He's not worthy. But she's worthy. I could do Pamitha. But, like, like 34 presents. His 17 hope is not ideal. Losing Volfred as my defender is not great, though. But we're just gonna retry. We'll try it with Volfred. See how it goes.
Volfred.
Long have I dreamt that I might someday see this plan of ours come to fruition. I promise you that I shall make the most of it if we are to prevail. Your choice is cast. As for your other companions, you sense a clarity of thought and purpose in each of them. They stand ready to support Volfred, as well as you.
Who shall stand with him?
I guess you're my defender now. So you stay below. Pamitha, are you sticking with this one? Probably. Yeah.
Pamitha.
Wouldn't have wanted to sit this one out, that's for sure, Rito darling.
Bertrud.
Thy will is ours, Rito one. Let the remaining stars shed their last light upon our ceremony here.
If that's all, then.
Can't wait for this buggy shit to happen. It's gonna be great. Those are to be my adversaries, then. And who is it, I wonder, who asserts his will over that group? You sense Orlex searching for you, almost reaching out to you. You, the shadow of the false Nightwings. They are nothing to me, but you who would relinquish your own liberty for sake of them, strange. It is fitting, then, that I should have to face one such as you. One who would give up his liberty to one who does anything for it. Then Orlex stands at the ready, signaling for his two allies to do the same. By light of dawn, the cycle of the rites shall cease. Let us see if we can finish this ordeal before that time. The sky above begins to shudder. The final liberation rite is about to commence. Tarek. I am prepared, Celeste. Then let our song this evening shake the stars themselves. Aye, Celeste, let us make sure of it. Here we go.
final chance at liberation
Oh.
for the age.
Okay, see ya. What? Damn it, I got greedy. Fuck. Man, you were being stupid as shit. Oh, you bitch. I... Okay. The sky rings ash. Soon shall your pious own mingle with them. Just then the skies above begin to rain down fire, the final throes of the cycle of the rites and the ending of the age. Fuck you, game. Joke's on you. What the fuck was that nonsense? Wait, he doesn't have to hit us with the orb? Dude. You wear the raiments once again. I could not simply stand by and do nothing, Orlek. Yet, that is what you did when last we stood together on this blasted mountain. I fell, you simply stood. Orlek, what shall it take for you to be convinced I took no part in your betrayal? What keeps blowing up? Orlek seems to consider the question, but only for a moment. Give me my damn freedom. Let me prevail here and now. Would you promise to uphold our plan, to bring about a better Commonwealth? No, I make no promises. I owe you nothing. Then I am sorry, Orlek. My love of country comes before all else. More than your freedom and our friendship is at stake. Your love be damned, Volfred. Let us stand as adversaries then. Okay. Come on, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hell yeah. I disagree. What? Oh my god.
Wherever went old Orlek? Pathetic.
Where even is the orb? Oh, he's got it.
You keep yourselves wide open.
Shut up.
Begone now, Orlek.
What? Dude, I almost landed on it.
Now take it. All of the true Nightwing's gone. 'Twas a crushing blow against their pyre.
So then false Nightwings bear their fangs at last. But that cannot be your finest effort. You think you deserve freedom more than I. Then fight for it, damn you. Okay.
How he has changed, that Orlek. Grown old and bitter, lo, these many years.
How did you hit that? Well, this is a problem. Oh, come the fuck on. What? 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 Dude absolutely freaking landed on my thing. And should 100% be dead. Come on. I didn't want it. Fuck you, game! Oh, that's really farther than I wanted, game. Alright, I think anyone but Pamitha scoring? Orlek stands, breathing heavily. He looks back at the thin lick of flame that is his smoldering pyre, before turning his attention back to your triumvirate. Oh! Bitch. I'm upset. That was bullshit. Oh, what? Wait, why is it over there? What the fuck? What a bitch.
And there it is, at last. The Nightwings proved their worth.
I mean, you're gonna have to say that anyway.
They defeated utterly.
Okay, that was insanely easier, but mostly due to Wolfred.
And thus,
Holy shit.
the scribes have
And this is also appropriate, though, that they're the ones against each other. Praise the scribes. We've done it. You look upon Wolfred for what you expect shall be the last time you see each other. Any moment now, the Shimmer Pool shall engulf him. Any moment now, he shall return to glory and join his agents in the Commonwealth to help achieve the plan, which will definitely be higher than 85%. Any moment now, the cycle of the rites shall end, until at last the dawn of a new age. Any moment now.
And thus, the scribes have chosen. And thus, the scribes have chosen.
WTF?
And thus, the scribes have chosen. No. Nightwings. Reader. What have you done?
I have no idea. What did I do? Hold. There's something wrong. Each prior time upon the fall of Solium, the Shimmer Pool has opened, following the Liberation Rite, and taken in whichever exile prevailed. But now all is still, and the light of the stars above has all but died. You sense a growing fear that it is already too late. that the Shimmer Pool shall not reveal itself again. Orlek approaches, his head bowed. The 8 scribes saved their greatest treachery for last. Then something else catches his notice. Wait. A sudden rush of starlight cascades through the stillness of the summit. The Shimmer Pool has appeared again. Different somehow, but open. I don't know if I'd go in that. That looks bad. Volfred looks upon it, but it does not engulf him. Or at least not yet. It seems I was mistaken then. The 8 scribes. This is not their greatest treachery. It is their greatest jest. The Shimmer Pool is flung wide open. It seems that all are worthy now of freedom. Orlek strides toward the Shimmer Pool, but... Halt, Orlek. Orlek glances over at the lone minstrel, almost in surprise. The Shimmer Pool has lost most of its strength. You step inside, and you shall surely drown. Of that I can assure you. What? He laughs to himself at this. Then, we have all been cheated. No. The Shimmer Pool is revealed, and one of you may still return as planned. But as for who returns, someone shall have to choose. Ere the last light of the stars is extinguished and the rites cease to be, this is the final trial of the scribes. But you just said Orlek can't do it or he'd drown. Why wouldn't anyone else drown? The final trial of the scribes. Then our confrontation, the liberation rite, it all was meaningless. No. The victor of the confrontation is to be the one to make the choice among those closest to the scribes. Either the anointed or he who anointed them. So then the choice is mine to make, my freedom. Weighed against the readers, is that it? Aye. It shall either be you, the reader, or... It shall be either or. Volfred, please make your decision quickly, lest it shall be forfeit. I do not know for how much longer the light of the stars shall offer you this gift. A snap decision, then. Fine. Oh shit. I have made it. I have it made. I have it made, man. What? Is he actually gonna pick for me? Like, is he just gonna pick me? Or is this gonna be me still making the decision? Like, do I pick between Volfred, myself, or Orlek? Well, I'm not gonna pick Orlek, because fuck that guy. You decided to be a dick afterwards. If you were decently nice, I'd do it. But you're an asshole. Sorry you lost your shot and you got betrayed by the other person, but fuck. So either Volfred or me. Okay, here's my initial and primary question. Can Sandra come with me? Or Sandra. It's one of those names. I never decide how to pronounce it. Because... Oh, I think I just realized Volfred's symbol is like a star shining down. Weird. Anyway. Because, like, I feel bad for Sandra. And, like, you know, taking her back to the Commonwealth. I assume I can do that. It hasn't told me I couldn't do that. I don't remember if she said I can't do that. I know I can't take the book back. But I don't know if I can't take the crystal back. But also, like, there was the initial promise of me being allowed to go back with everyone. It was a thing I couldn't do. Hedwyn's promise, like he wouldn't have to feel bad about it because I'd be back. And Volfred would get to stay with Bertrude while he's not into it. She'd still feel better about it. And they're still friends. So that'd be good. Tizo's still there. He gets to hang out with him. Pamitha's still here with her sister. Like, it feels like the best option, honestly. If he goes with it, I'm for it. Don't fucking pick Orlek. Whatever you do, don't do that option, Volfred. Reader, my boy, this chance at freedom that we've earned, it's yours. Take it now, and make good use of it for you and all of us. Volfred wishes to give up his freedom so that you may regain yours. Very well. Wait, do I not pick? Reader, sir, the choice which Volfred made, or rather the choice which he gave, It is now yours to make instead. Let's just play hot potato with the choice. Just like, no, you get a choice. No, you get a choice. No, you take the choice. I don't want the choice. You take the choice. This choice, it may keep bouncing back and forth like this. Absurd. It can. Oh God. I imagine it doesn't. I imagine I'm actually going to make the choice and it's going to stick. It may, until such time as one of you is willing to accept the burden and the outcome of the choice. That is the trial. And I fear that there is little time remaining now to actually make that choice. Reader, if you and your companion are too cordial with each other to accept that freedom, either one of you, then I shall gladly take it. No, fuck you. Freedom ought to be more than some flirtatious trifle to exchange. Reader, what is your will? This is your chance, and Volford wished that you should take it. Your intention this night was for him to return to glory, and it shall be done. He earned his rightful freedom long ago. He deserves his just... Like, I get all three options. I get it. This feels like the most selfish, but it also makes the most sense to me. I'm going with me. Your mind is made up. You have chosen to be free yourself. I see and understand. Then it is done. So the problem is I can't express all my understandings to them, and I want to, and be like, here's why. You two, fix your shit. Volford looks to you, this one last time, his heart filled with unspoken understanding. You turn then to the lone minstrel for an instant, but another instant later, he is gone. He and everyone. All you feel is the coolness of the rush of water coursing all around you. Volford gave his freedom so that you may yet have yours. May you return in glory.
Godspeed, reader.
You sound happy about it. Why am I a...
No stars remain aloft. The cycle of the rites.
Why was I like an orb?
It is finished. The Commonwealth. What shall become of it? What shall become of us? Nightwings. The opportunity to gain your freedom
There's
from
so
the
much vibration
downside.
in my controller.
Was it not enough?
No, because we're losing time anyway. Alright, how's this ending gonna play out then? It is all a lie. There's no freedom. Only becoming a star or some shit. I don't know. That night, an exiled reader returned to the Commonwealth. He was to be the last. The stars faded, and the cycle of the rites had run its course. He found the Commonwealth in a state of unrest. Spurred by the efforts of 5 liberated exiles, Volfred Sandalwood's revolution plan had incited the masses. These exiles in the starless sky portended the return of the scribes. Could have been 6 exiles, but I let someone go because I was like, I want someone to get level 5, and I thought I'd have enough chances. Foolish me. Still wouldn't have been everybody, but whatever. The rulers of the Commonwealth pushed back. Fighting broke out in the streets, in spite of Sandalwood's intentions. It was then that the High-Wing remnants chose to strike. Allegations that the High-Wing remnants were in league with Sandalwood were never proven. However, there was no denying the result of the two-pronged attack. After enduring for almost a millennium, the Commonwealth had fallen. The new Saurian Union declared its sovereignty in the next year. Among the changes its elected leaders ushered in, they vowed never to cast their people into exile, and they abolished the old Commonwealth decree forbidding literacy. Today, we still remember all of this. And we remember the exiles of the downside, whose deeds led to the dawning of our age, whether they returned or not. Oh. So those are everyone who was liberated. Yeah, what is her deal? Oh my god, is this the huge lore drop? Wait, you guys were... I guess the Fate could have won more than once. Choose someone to learn what became of them since you last met. Sandra. After the cycle of the rites ceased turning, records of what happened to the Black Wagon of the Nightwings became inconclusive and contradictory. Some accounts suggest that the exiles of the Nightwings who remained in the downside continue to make use of the Black Wagon as their place of shelter and their means of travel. However, there is no record of what happened to the wagon's contents, such as the Book of Rites or the Beyonder Crystal, said to be haunted by the apparition Sandra the Unseeing. One possibility is that when the lone minstrel took his leave, he took the Beyonder Crystal with him, for he was thus obliged. But I took it. By this line of reasoning, however, the Black Wagon itself should have been taken also. Others remain skeptical that the Beyonder Crystal ever existed, or rather that the visions that it granted were anything other than the result of an active imagination or a fever dream. The bog dwellers of the southern bogs offer still another explanation, for they are familiar with binding enchantments. If there existed such an object, in which the Sisters of the Ark had been expelled for more than 800 years, then the enchantment could have expired along with the light of the stars. What this would have meant for Sandra and the Beyonders is difficult to say for certain, other than it may have meant that they were finally released. Nevertheless, the fates of Sandra and the Beyonder Crystal remain unknown. Yet those exiles of the Nightwings who claim to have seen this apparition all spoke of her with a degree of reverence, or perhaps a little fear. Can you believe this, reader? Honestly. Sandra's appeared before you, as well you can see. They are so far from the mark with all this nonsense. I am wont to laugh. In fact, here goes. Such a laugh. She laughs. She is referring to the account of her. You sense she does not care for it. Let them gossip all they like. I merely wish they would mention you, at least, in passing, when next they are at it. Though they shall never know even the half of it, shall they? So I did get to take her with me. The account was relatively flattering, despite a lack of detail. It could have been worse. Perhaps making some light of the situation will make Sandra feel better. Sometimes Sandra needs a little time to vent. She values that you listen. I want to humor her. You indicate to Sandra that the real truth of what happened between you would perhaps make too lascivious a tale to be told in such a format. She makes a bemused sound at this. Perhaps that story ought to get out then. To think they would go to all the trouble to make literacy accepted once again, only to print such drivel. Anyway, let us keep going, lovely reader. We know the truth of it. This is what matters. She fades into the Beyonder Crystal for now. You tuck it away safe. So she's still stuck in there. But she is still with me. So that's cool. Alright. Oh my god, this is going to be so much reading. I think if there's any more voices, I'm just going to read it. At least for, like, all these people on the right side. So let's get through them. As the cycle of the rites drew to a close, it grew evident that a chance of freedom from the downside had forever slipped from Dalbert and Almer Oldheart's grasp. Thus they and the exiles of the Fate returned to Jomir Valley. There they struggled to get by, as exiles of the downside tend to do. Sometime after the rites had ended, the Oldhearts at last heard the news that the Commonwealth had fallen. Somehow. This was well after the fact, of course, but it brought old Dalbert great joy. Despite his forthright manner, he had no love for the nation that cast him down, along with his son. Dalbert Oldheart passed peacefully in his sleep before the next new moon. Oh shit. In his final days, he implored his son to undertake a pilgrimage to the scribes. Almer never shared his father's view of the scribes, but respected Dalbert's wishes, and so after a period of mourning, Almer began a new journey. Not a day went by that Almer Oldheart did not think about his father, and give thanks to him, and speak to him at morning and at night. Would that the stars yet shone, for surely Dalbert's would be there among them, smiling down at his son, watching over him and his kin. Oh. Oh, and they go away after I read them. Alright, this fucker. After the final liberation rite, Lendl refused to believe that the rites had truly ended. Of course not. He would sit through night after consecutive nights, staring into the blackness of the sky, awaiting any kind of sign that he might gain another chance at freedom. No such sign ever came. His fellow accusers started to express concern for him. Survival had become their top priority once liberty had slipped from their grasp. But Lendl dismissed them as weak fools. He insisted rather forcefully that any evening now, the stars would shine for him again, and mark the way toward his inevitable freedom. He was, of course, mistaken. The others in his triumvirate were left with little choice but to abandon him. After that, the exile known as Lendel the Liar was never seen again. However, there have since been sightings of a draggled demon who wanders the downside and bears Lendel's cruel countenance, suggesting he yet lives. Yeah, everything becomes a demon, or at least the humans do. At some point. Alright, this idiot. All his life, Sir Deluge has fled from one danger, only to find himself facing another. He had escaped the war-torn waters of the Sea Dominion. He had escaped the blood border of the Commonwealth. And now he had escaped the rites. After the rites had ended, many exiles wrapped up in the ancient texts were crestfallen, as their last chances to return to their homes vanished, along with the stars above. I guess he could be peachy keen about it. But Deluge did not mind, for this outcome meant that at last there was no burden of responsibility weighing down on him. He became free, honestly. Yeah, him losing makes him free. While most of his fellow exiles of the Pyre Hearts yet longed for the waters of the Sea Dominion, driven as ever by their impulses toward conflict, Deluge settled down. With him remained one of his companions, one Lady Seagrass, who had taken a liking to him for some reason. Yeah? Reportedly, they disappeared in the waters of Worm Gulf, which may begin to explain the significant increase in worm population observed in the vicinity. Thanks, game. Barker. Barker Ashpaws never had much interest in returning to the Commonwealth, for he always found its bylaws to be stifling. So when the rites ended, he did not care at first. He soon grew very bored. The rites had given his life a certain sense of structure he had always needed. He missed the raw anticipation of it all. He decided to continue conducting the rites for the thrill of it. He bent some of the rules and replaced some of the objects, but it was close enough. His packmates, the dissidents, proved more than happy to participate, and thus they ran against each other back in Jomir Valley. Although fate watched on, I guess. Do they have pyres or do they do something else? They could just keep score, I guess. Gradually, other exiles familiar with the rites, as well as those who had not heard of it at all, started to take interest. They ended up giving Barker Ashpaws some healthy competition. They could play at the Island of the Imps, they'd love it. His old feud with Rookie Greentail ceased meaning anything to him, and he forgot all about it amid his new pursuits, whatever that feud was. Ultimately, even Barker Ashpaws, who had led such a directionless existence to that point, found something of a calling through the rites. Whether he took the rites less seriously than any other exile of his time, or more, was oft debated by those who watched him work. After the cycle of the rites had ceased, Witch, whatever her face, returned to Flagoncan's region where she sealed herself within the Pit of Millith. There, even her fellow exiles withdrawn allegedly grew unnerved after a time and left her to her vile work. Sometime later, the Pit of Millith erupted into flame. So intense was the conflagration that could be seen all the way from Jomir Valley. Arson was suspected, though the cause was never verified, and many bog dwellers in the region were forced to flee. A tempest blowing from the north finally quenched the flame. This is also a bop. When at last the ashes settled and the ground had cooled, the site of the fire was scarred beyond recognition. No trace of Witch Umilda could be found. As for the contents of the Pit of Millith, which notably included a profane object thought to be the remains of Ilsak, all of it was gone as well. Back in the Saurian Union, Amilde's repeated threats of the return of Ilsak were thoroughly investigated, and no credence was found to any of her claims. Formed in 839 AS after the fall of the Commonwealth. One day we all may stand shoulder to shoulder with a common cause. You! Throughout her exile, Tamitha Thane was motivated by a single goal, to return to the Commonwealth and exact vengeance on her ancient enemies. When she realized the rites had ended and that she would never see her mountain home again, she nonetheless remained determined to aid her people however possible. She had gathered certain information pertaining to the intentions of the Nightwings, who had formed a pact to regroup on the other side after liberation. Other such reports exposed certain weaknesses in the Commonwealth defenses and revealed to the Highwing remnants the opportunity for a risky but potentially impactful strike. Though Tamitha could not participate in the assault, she nonetheless contributed to its success. So she, in a way, helped us in the end. How there's this communication between the sides, I don't know, but I guess that's the imps and whatever else. She later learned her sisters of the High-Wing Remnants called out her name as a battle cry as they swooped down upon their enemies. Soon after the fall of the Commonwealth, Tamitha encountered her blood sister Pamitha, come to pay her a visit. Pamitha had hoped their people's victory on their side would be cause for reconciliation. Tamitha was skeptical of her intentions, however, and lashed out at her. Pamitha made no attempt to elude the attack and was struck full on. This cost Pamitha the use of her right wing. Oh, like physically. Yet after she recovered, she shrugged the incident aside and said maybe they could call it even now. From that point on, the Blood Sisters kept a formal distance, but were cordial with each other. Knowing that the conflict on the other side had ended, Tamitha retreated to the crags of Black Basin and grew ever more distant. Those closest to her surmised that her inability to reconcile with her blood sister was at the heart of this, though for her part, Tamitha never once admitted to any such weakness. Nope, she's still there. This asshole. When manly Tinderstoff realized the rites had ended and that he no longer could return to the Commonwealth through this ancient means, he was outraged. He cursed the scribe, spewing forth such a slew of blasphemy as to be very unbecoming of one of his high status and bearing. When at last he calmed himself, he focused all his energies on attempting to find another means of homecoming. He maintained regular contact with his wealthy family on the side via messenger imp, and used their vast resources to explore other means of escape. He tried using an elaborate pulley system. He attempted to retrofit a flying black wagon with superior propulsion. He tried an imp raft, a hot air balloon, even prayer. Nothing worked. There was only one way to escape the downside, and now it was gone. Tinderstoff bankrupted his family in these vain attempts. At last, such was his shame that he retreated to the teeming woods of Black Basin to Cinderroot. There he had wallows, complaining to his comrades of the chastity who still put up with him, either about his own misfortune or the latest news from the other side. This guy... He returned to the Commonwealth. Having returned to the Commonwealth, Ignarius experienced little trouble integrating back into society. For one thing, no one there had seen demons such as he, something he used to draw a crowd at the public houses he founded. It did not survive the fall of the Commonwealth, but his former establishment, the Starry Eight, did. He was welcomed back as soon as put in charge. An infamous tavern. Okay. He runs a tavern. One day he ran into Dario, and without the pressure of the rites, they hit it off that time. She denied ever enjoying his company, yet they never left each other's side. Really? I would not have guessed. Okay. I hate your company, but I'm not leaving your side. Through his glory days as the most powerful conductor of the rites, though his glories as the most powerful conductor of the rites had long since passed, drumming up your glory, huh? He always enjoyed the fearsome reputation he had cultivated at that time. I let you win. Literally. We'll save Oralek for later. Tizo, buddy. Once the rites had ended, the imp Tizo had a job to do. Quite unlike most exiles trapped forever in the downside. The lone minstrel asked that he watch over the black wagon, which the Nightwings had used extensively for travel and for shelter all throughout their quest. Tizo obliged, for he knew that wagon, as well as its drive imp inhabitants, perhaps better than anyone. What became of the wagon exactly was never verified, as evidence of Tizo's thorough work. After that, he liked to while away his days with any of his friends, or else with fellow imps. Sandalwood sometimes called for his assistance, and Tizo was always happy to oblige. The two would often reminisce about their times with the lone minstrel. Tizo often missed his interactions with the reader of the Nightwings. They had quickly built quite a rapport back in the downside. You were once an exile, sentenced to life in the downside, now you're free. Once merely the status of a deviant, yet now a revered title, the Saurian Union. I miss you, buddy! Indeed, Tizo would often express wistful gratitude for all his time with the Nightwings, and their many adventures throughout the land that was always his home. Other than that, Tizo would sometimes help interpret it for messenger imps relaying news to and from the Saurian Union. Despite having gained significant celebrity abroad, he never let it go to his head. and he would go fishing in the Sea of Solace at every single chance he got. Aw. Alright, Headwind Buddy. You know, May, we haven't heard from you in a while, actually. The Commonwealth had never provided a sense of home for the one they called May the Moontouch, so she was surprised on her return that she was so well treated. She felt uneasy about it. Besides, she knew that she would do her best to fulfill the pledge she had made to her friends. Even she could not have expected the impact she would have on the events that followed, which gave rise to our Saurian Union. May stood with the others on the night of Scribe's return. She did not take up arms, but spoke of the scribes with conviction and sincerity. Inspired by the liberated exiles, the people of the Commonwealth demanded new leadership. Why is that scribe's return? Others were so caught off guard that it helped quell the danger of the situation. After the fall of the Commonwealth, there was a renewed interest in the legend of the 8 scribes, and many new interpretations of their histories and teachings. May found herself at the center of all this. Her way of speaking continued to compel a growing audience. She swayed many people from their astralist beliefs. Soon the 8th word, which had lost favor with the people during the reign of the Commonwealth, sought her out, asked her formally to join, and she did right away. The 8 scribes are more than mortal, and their words divine. Weird. So somehow the scribes, who were down in the downside, left it, formed the Commonwealth, created the reasoning for exile, well, maybe not the reasoning for exiles, but like created the Commonwealth, and yet the predominant like theocratic sect was of the stars and not the scribes. Weird. Through it all, she would wonder how her little friend Tizo had fared. While they were divided now by a great distance, he always remained in her heart. Aww. She cited her relationship with Jordario as the single most important in her life. Jordario would always provide for her a circumspect perspective and the wisdom of experience. Like big sister. I love it. Whenever she felt genuine doubt, which was not very often, she sought out the reader of the Nightwings. If there was anyone whom she trusted as much as the scribes, it was him. Aw, thank you. May always was devoted to her faith, but more so to her friends. Many people in the Saurian Union cited that her gentle manner and unwavering conviction helped them brave the changing times with courage and with grace. Aw. Rookie! After Rookie Greentail earned back his freedom, he returned to a lavish welcome ceremony in the Commonwealth, as with a tendency for liberated exiles. It was everything he could hope for, and soon he was well off, surrounded by luxury and choosing between various exciting opportunities. However, he must have given in to his better judgment, as he did end up siding with Volfred Sandalwood's revolutionary forces, as he promised. On the night of Scribe's return, I guess because they weren't the they weren't the big shots, Greentail kept busy barking orders to Volfred's agents as the situation grew tenser. He took rather well to leadership. When dawn finally came and it became clear that the Commonwealth that everybody knew would be no more, he realized many new opportunities awaited. He began quite a lucrative career for himself, manufacturing and selling replica merchandise inspired by the downside. His main struggle was to meet demand. An aspect of his conscience cautioned him against making light of such a thing, but the money was too good, and soon his family was as well off as he always said. He also kept in close touch with Gilman, ever the perfect practice partner. They would train together often, taking care to stay in tip-top shape as much as possible throughout the years. Aww. Greentail always did his best to keep in touch with all his many friends, and knew that he owed his fortunes to them. He made a special point of staying close with the group of friends he came to know so well during his time at the Nightwings, wherever they were. They shared a special understanding that put even Greentail at a loss for words, sometimes. Sir Gilman! When the worm Gilman returned to the Commonwealth, he believed that he had regained something even more important than his freedom, his honor. Gilman relinquished his knighthood and declined an opportunity to serve as captain of the Blood Border. He was not interested in fighting any longer. Yet, as is sometimes the case with those such as he, a circumstance soon came about in which there came a need for him to once again make use of his military training. He fought. That night of the scribe's return. He fought with all his might. He faced other worm knights. He cared only for the cause. When the matter was at last put to rest, when Gilman truly knew his time as a knight had ended, he declared to all those in earshot that he would never fight again. Unless, of course, there arose some other extraordinary set of circumstance, again requiring him to fight, but he certainly hoped not. He still trained regularly, just in case, especially with his fleet-footed friend, Rookie Greentail. He was always grateful for the counsel of the reader, who would regale him over and over about the time they squashed the spawn of unfathomed clearness. Okay. By that point, he had long forgotten about his days under the leadership of Sir Deluge, his former commander. Breaking free of his abusive leadership was his first step toward gaining a bit of self-respect. Gilman never did return to his homeland of the Sea Dominion, and was content to lead a monastic life on a small residence in the hills. It was just high up enough to make him keep striving to conquer his fear of heights. Other than that, an intense daily training regimen and the occasional visit from an old companion was more than enough to keep him optimistic and engaged. He knew by then that honor was not something to be won, but a contract with oneself to be renewed each day. Aw. Pamitha! I did not pick... Alright, fine. I guess we're doing these two. After the cycle of the rites ceased turning, the lone minstrel bade the remaining Nightwings take the Black Wagon and seek their fortunes elsewhere in the downside. Their parting was heartfelt but brief. He remained there at the summit of Mount Eladiel with Celeste, where the two of them would chronicle the final outcome of the cycle. Neither Tarek nor Celeste were ever seen again. We know all this now through song attributed to them. Some claim these songs originated in the taverns of the Saurian Union, and merely were imbued with weight of folklore. However, exiles liberated from the downside corroborated each other's claims at having met this duo that presided over the liberation rites. Another folktale suggests these minstrels were heralds of the scribes. Having fulfilled their obligations, they departed the world we know, and rejoined their patrons. One of their famous songs describes another, simpler outcome, that the two gave up their duties to the rites in favor of a life that they could share together. That's my headcanon. In any case, they are likely to remain the subject of many verses and such songs, for it was they who watched over the rites and ushered in our times. And there we go. You look kind of weird without your helmet. After the rites ended, Pamitha Thane parted ways with the other Nightwing, stating that she needed time alone. She reappeared sometime after the fall of the Commonwealth, although she expressed mild surprise at the news. She claimed to have no knowledge of what went on, including what role the Highwing remnants had in the events that reshaped the world on the other side. For her part, Pamitha feigned little interest, making the point that they were stuck, and what happened elsewhere had little to do with them now. Someone with whom she kept in contact was the bog dweller called Big Bertrude. They would discuss all sorts of matters long into the night, and sometimes hunt together too. This is a weird friendship I never saw coming. One day, while traveling to Black Basin, Pamitha ran into her blood sister, Tamitha, for the first time since the conclusion of the rites. Their reunion was not as amicable as Pamitha might have hoped, and Tamitha, so resentful of their history together, turned violent. Pamitha would later brush aside the incident, though always had an injury to show for it. Yet from that point on, the blood sisters were back on speaking terms, at least for the most part. However, having long since felt as though she had no home to call her own, Pamitha continued traveling about the downside. As the tempest swept across the land, changing its features, she found it in a sublime beauty, and in the starless nights, she still could see just fine. She said such travels tended to remind her of when she was younger and could fly unfettered. Yeah, Bertrand. Several exiles of the Nightwings cared more for the plan of Sandalwood than to return home from the downside. The crone called Big Bertrude was prime example. She had found a suitable environment to live within the dismal region known as Flagging Hands. There she had built up a thriving place of business known to many exiles in the land. With the rites having ended, she returned to her preoccupations, working away, almost as though nothing had happened. When one gets to be more than 400 years of age, perhaps then even monumental events such as the culmination of the rites or the collapse of the Commonwealth are seen as trifling matters. Much of her effort was doubtless due to the influence of Sandalwood, someone whom she had admired now for decades. She had made clear that he could not. He had made clear that he could not requite her feelings for him, but what could have been a hurtful dismissal led only to a deeper understanding between them. She maintained an unlikely kinship with the harp, Hamatha Thane, whom she had known during their time together on the Nightwings. They each had different strategies for dealing with life's day-to-day annoyances, a subject that they've both found vital, if not fascinating, to no end. By and large, Gertrude kept focused on her work. Whether casting small enchantments or imbuing talismans, the work brought her a sense of purpose, she would say. In the Commonwealth, such services were strictly forbidden, but on the downside, there was a real need for simple luxuries which the competing slug market could not always provide. Thus did Big Gertrude continue to live up to her name, and the tales of her days with the Nightwings made her that much more the living legend. Okay. After her liberation, Jordario soon became an icon of the movement that led to the collapse of the Commonwealth and the rise of the Thessarian Union. Her military prowess and experience led to key victories in clashes against the Commonwealth loyalists. Each time, she was able to subdue the opposition, avoiding lethal force. In the uncertain times that followed, Jordario's seasoned experience often came into play both in matters of security and of state. For instance, she conscripted and trained a team of volunteers in public safety. The community did not know what to make of such a cordial bunch at first, but soon came to value their service. They have stood for the people ever since, and we celebrate their founding day each year. She remained close with Hedwyn all through this experience, and they supported each other through their struggles many, many times. She kept an eye on May, who nonetheless demonstrated a surprising knack to get by on her own, though Jordario was always willing to provide assistance just in case. Sometime later, she ran into Ignarius, also liberated. Both their horns had started to recede by then. Oh, okay, so that does happen. The two of them grew close, and soon took residence together. She continued training on her own, a regimen that grew stricter with each passing year. There were those who sought to train with her, and she sometimes obliged. There remained one other constant in her life. She would always remember her days among the Nightwings, and with fondness for the most part. Dang. Okay. Buddy Hedwyn. After his liberation, Hedwyn was instrumental in the events leading to the downfall of the Commonwealth, and was vital to the outcome of the plan. He was the one who led the raid on the stronghold against Archjustice Adrabliz IX, where he was holed up when the fighting grew fierce. Frickin' Brighton, or whatever his name was. With him then and thereafter was one of the winged harps of the Hiring Remnants, who they identified as Fakani Shang. Yay! Their bond was vital to the peace that followed. True! Because I was like, the Hiring Remnants just like, chill now? We all together? What happened? In all his days as leader of the... he became leader! From lowly commoner to leader. Go Hedwyn. Leader in the as a leader. Still good. In the Thessarian Union, Edwin often confided in his friend Jordario. Despite her intense manner, there was no one whom he trusted more in times when circumspection was required. Hedwyn would often think back about the vow he made at the beginning of his quest for freedom. Although he cherished all the friendships he made, he had pledged to Jordario, Rookie, Greentail, Reader of the Nightwings that they might all be free again together. His promise had come to pass, though he always knew that this was not his own doing. He was always deeply grateful to the other three, his closest friends. And Fulfred, because without him I wouldn't be back. While the others who stood with the Nightwings were not all able to remain in contact with us, Hedwyn thought of each of them often, and so in turn they often think of him. Aw. Alright. Frickin' Falcon Ron. With the rights drawn to a close, the slug market's revenues fell precipitously, and Falcon Ron was forced to liquidate his assets and close up shop. Yet, as is sometimes the case with those of an entrepreneurial leaning, this time of hardship led to an epiphany, or at least a sudden change of fortune. One day, Falcon Ron had a run-in with a messenger imp bearing news from the other side. Ron gave it one of his remaining trinkets, which could not be sold. The following week, the messenger imp returned to him bearing a tidy sum of wealth and a newly minted coinage from the Saharan Union. I always want to say the Saharan. But yeah, now he just sells to people in the Union, and they still can pay him money. That messenger imp, though, you better be super nice to him. Falcon Run cut a long-term deal with a messenger imp then and there. Though his trade remained a gray area from a legal standpoint in the Sarian Union, the newfound fame of the downside caused Falcon Run's good to explode in popularity. Wait, why? He later signed an elaborate agreement with Big Bertrude's and found a distribution partner on the other side through Rookie Greentail, whose own business had expanded. Especially in the Sarian Union, Falcon Run's goods are still known for their superior quality, though he assumes no liability for any side effects. Oralek first. After the Shimmer Pool closed for what would be the last time, Oralek looked around him, in the flickering light of the Nightwing still burning Pyre. He then turned to the fall of Sarlium, looked up toward the black starless sky, cursed the 8 scribes, then, one after the other. Is he gonna jump? After that, he strode forward, towards the waters coursing from the side of Mount Elodial, and without hesitating, he cast himself down. Oralek's body was never recovered. The drop from Mount Elodial does not appear survivable, though Oralek did survive it once. This time, however, he was filled with fury. Such was the betrayal he had suffered when his fellow exile claimed his rightful freedom. This time, Oralek was filled with nothingness, and chose to leave the downside in the one way he still knew he could. The other Nightwings, who were witness to this, never forgot what they saw. Fuck. Volfred, my friend. When the cycle of the rites ceased turning, Volfred Sandalwood turned toward the starless sky, and closed his eyes and prayed. It was all that he could do at that stage of his plan. He aspired to assemble the liberated exiles representing each of the 8 largest ethnic groups composing the population of the Commonwealth. They would stand together as a vision of the 8 scribes returned, inspiring the masses to embrace an older set of values from before the Commonwealth had tightened its grip. With the rites ending sooner than expected, this ideal scenario became impossible. Sandalwood's own freedom, for instance, was now forfeit, yet the plan did have contingencies. Word reached him that on the night of Scribe's return, several of his fellow liberated Nightwings stood together, and their voices echoed through the streets. It was vital to Sandalwood that the stand against the Commonwealth be peaceful in its nature, but this proved to be untenable, especially after the Highwing remnants appeared. I don't know if that's possible. Be nice, but I doubt it. There was speculation that their well-timed assault may not have happened by coincidence, though Sandalwood denied any involvement and regretted the bloodshed. Nevertheless, the main thrust of the plan had been achieved. Damn it, what was my final percent? Sandalwood kept busy after that, as much as possible, providing counsel from afar to those who would be at the forefront of the birth of the Sarian Union. Of course, being stranded in the downside meant that there was only so much he could do. I'm so ready to stop reading. Rest assured that the future of the nation was in capable hands, he turned his attention to the remaining exiles of the downside. They might never return to that new nation, but at least they could experience its triumphs and its struggles in some vicarious way. So he took to his old work, writing and printing. As literacy began to spread again throughout the Sarian Union, so too did exiles of the downside take to it. For his part, Sandalwood helped to teach as many as he could. More than that, he provided the material to read, a semi-annual report about the latest events both in the Sarian Union and the downside. This periodical gave many exiles something to look forward to. One of his allies in all this was the imp Tizo, with whom he had traveled all across the downside. Sandalwood often cited Tizo as the wellspring of his own enthusiasm for a brighter future. Such was the creature's spirit. He enjoyed exchanging letters with the reader of the Nightwings, who kept him well abreast of how their other comrades in the fledgling nation fared. As Volfred Sandalwood gained more fame throughout this land for all his sacrifices and his contributions, it is said that he remained steadfast about 2 things. The first was that the cause itself ought to remain in focus. The freedom that the people had achieved. It was a gift to be cherished, a set of values that needed to be nurtured. The second point he made was that he himself had little to do with the outcome. I don't know about that. He would often praise the exiles and the Nightwings who had stood with him, each in turn by name. He never forgot any of them. Dude, it is absolutely not without you. Come on. One day, to commemorate his birthday, the people of the Syrian Union unveiled a monument depicting him and the Nightwings as imagined in their prime. While Sandalwood did not learn of it until much later, it is said that he was moved to tears then by the gesture. Aww. It was since ensured that those of us with memories more fallible than that of Sandalwood likewise remember the achievements of his fellow former exiles and our cause. Damn. Do I get a bit? There's one more account which warrants mention. The Nightwings conducted the rites under the guidance of a reader. Little is known of him. However, some accounts of him begin to paint a picture. We know he was of common birth, always directionless and prone to misremembering at times. Is this from the choices I made? The journey to the downside left him close to death. It was then that the Nightwings found him. They brought him from the brink. He showed them the path. He pressed onward with the others. He had made a vow to help his friends be free. Thus did the cycle of rites commence its final turns. When the final rite arrived, the reader's freedom was at stake. That freedom he indeed achieved ere the morning's light. From that point on, accounts of him diverge. It is said the voice which troubled him he never heard again. Some say he helped to form our Saurian Union, though whether that is true, only he knows. You think the other people would have mentioned me? Someday, perhaps, that reader's own star shall emerge. Then it shall pierce the dark of night in all its brilliant glory. Until such time, and ever after, all of us give thanks.
Their journey began on a barren waste where the reader arrived, afraid and alone. When he arrived, the book of rights awakened the Nightwings and ignited the flame. They follow the stars, bound together, strands in our brain till the end.
Is this gonna show everybody? Nightwing of the Nightwings, Headwind, Jodariel.
Nightwings who, having broken the cycle, shall live on in song. Headwind prevailed and strode the path that his heart laid before him.
He's cooking. Okay, this I like.
Found his way home.
I have to listen because plot, kind of. May, I guess.
Jodariel, mother to many a foundling, she has found her way home. Rookie Greentail has proved his worth and returned to his family.
Did only he get a picture?
By the grace of the scribes, they follow the stars, bound together, strands in a brain till the end. The moon-touched girl hears the scribes in the world all around her. They have guided her home.
'Tis all the wise, ever faithful to the cause of the Nightwings. He remained to the end.
Sir Gilman the Bold, ever in his quest, finding honor and glory,
Does this song change?
found his way home.
Oh my god, how many versions of this song exist? His thing.
Born on guilty wings, ever seeking forgiveness. She remains till the end.
Who's getting sick?
They follow the stars bound together, strands in a braid till the
Darren Korb doing work, man. And Cyrus. And Cunningham. Logan.
Wolfred Sandalwood saw his plans turn to action.
Is
Remained till the end.
that what Bertrude looks like? What the hell?
The bog dweller Bertrude kept their foes at bay with her finest enchantments. She remained till the end.
Womp, womp.
reader at last made the night wings full and ascended to freedom. He has found his way home. They follow the stars bound together, strands in a braid till the end. They follow the stars.
I wonder if this will get copyrighted. But I need to listen. Yo, it's me!
Now at the end, as we bid farewell and return to the stars,
I'm the one on the
we shall find
title screen.
we shall find our way home.
It's a cool group shot.
We shall find our way
The title screen. Is this all about to burn? For some reason. Okay. Yay. All right, well, I'll leave it on this screen. So, I guess final thoughts. I mean, the positives are a lot. Like, most of the game is great. Like, I love the characters. I love the writing and the lore and the story and everything's great. Obviously, the visuals are very striking and very good. The music is always, like, Darren Korb is so freaking good, man. Like, even, like, some of the stuff that's just doesn't blow you away, it still matches where it is and works well, and it's so good. And even the gameplay, with some of the gripes I have, like about, you know, not being able to, like, get rid of the Titan stars, or there's certain little things like that. ultimately, I think the game would have been pretty damn good. It still is pretty damn good, but it would have been really good if not for the technical issues. Like, it's ridiculous. It's so unfortunate, man. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is and how they not fixed it. I mean, I guess they have other things they work on, but still, like, if this is such a routine issue for so many people, I don't know if it's everybody's issue, but enough people have commented on and been worried about this issue that, like, how have you not fixed it, man? Because it's not my computer. This is not a CPU intensive game, you know? Even for my computer. Like, there's nothing about it that should be doing what it's doing. It's so unfortunate because this game is gorgeous. It's so well written, such great characters, great music as per usual with Supergiant. It's so unfortunate. But Lord only knows how many different endings and everything they can be. Like that. This is. I wonder if this required more than Hades did. Because Hades has all these characters, all these potential interactions and connections and various endings and everything else. But this game, there's so many choices and so many ways in which it can go in a certain order and whatever. And it's got to be more. I almost feel like in some ways. But anyway, overall, I enjoyed the game. Fix the technical issues. Mwah, chef's kiss of a game. But that is going to do it for me. I have gone plenty long at this point. This was a long one, of which a lot of that was, I think, like almost the last hour has just been the ending, maybe? Something like that. But yeah. So that is going to do it for me. This has been Pyre.